yes, yes. How you doing, guys? It's Andre here. We're back here with another topic we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about when to concede in an argument. When in an argument do you sit up here and say, you know what, this person's made their point. Do you ever go off sometimes and say prematurely, oh, well, whatever, we go, all right, fine, yeah, you're right, baby, you know, this, that, and the other, to let them in the argument because you know that, especially with a woman, there's probably going to be another one down the road. And then we're going to talk ways of conceding an argument without triggering another argument, because sometimes conceding in an argument, that can actually trigger another one.
Oh my goodness.
That's really hard to say because some women like to just keep the argument going no matter how much you concede. So, I mean, and even, you know, it's mostly women because they're very emotional, but I mean, some men, but it's, like I said, it's mainly women who like to keep going. Yeah, they want to be dramatic, and sometimes, I mean, even me sometimes, I like to be a little bit on the theatrical side, and it's not always good for business, but I'm different. I know when to come back and say, you know what, I was wrong, I'm sorry. And when to that's also another point on knowing when to concede is knowing how to say, you know what, my bad, and drop it.
I like to disagree with that. I think all women argue like that. That's just because every experience I have with a female, once they go emotional, they might go about it differently. They might say different, the same thing. That's just, my.
What do you mean?
Like you said, women don't concede to arguments much, right?
Yeah, not very much, no.
Yeah, I was just saying. I think all women do that.
Well, I mean, the majority of them do.
I think a lot of men do it too, because an argument is not no one-way fight. It's two-way. You know,
yeah, it's a two-way street.
So, like, when it comes down to it, like the person, like, how many times have you seen people be right and they both arguing their rights with each other? I've been in several arguments with my best friend that I call my brother. You know what I'm saying? He's also my roommate. We ain't never argued like this. But when we argue, we both have valid points. So it gets nowhere.
So then you have to... Or, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Well, since you both have points, then that's when you have to come and, just say, okay, I'm going to take a break. We need to stop and come back and realize that you both do have valid points. So neither one of you is wrong. Both of you are right. So you have to say, okay, well, you had some good on this point and you had some good on this point. So now there are some things that I need to change, or there's some things that maybe I need to switch up a little bit. But a lot of people don't want to admit their faults, which is why it's hard for them to concede an argument. Because I know that sometimes I do it too, and sometimes my fiance does it. We both don't like to admit our faults, but we have to take a step back and realize that, well, sometimes I'm wrong, and sometimes you're wrong, and sometimes we're both right.
Right.
But how do you come to that conclusion?
But it's really hard for people to back off and to, say, okay, they don't want to be known as the submissive, especially women. They don't want to be seen as the weaker link when we are.
Here's the question. Why you women don't like to be seen as a weaker link?
Honestly, I couldn't... Go ahead, Carlotta.
No, I just want to what Andre repeat what he said because he went out. I didn't hear all he said.
Why you don't like to be seen as the weakest link, as a weaker link?
I think because they want to be seen as equal to the male counterparts. They want to be seen as anything you can do, I can do better. And people have also been conditioned to think that we are equal in every aspect when that's not true. We aren't. We're all different. We all have different qualities. Like, for Chris, for example, he's way more intelligent than I am, but I have no problem conceding that he is more intelligent and that I need to learn from him.
Mm-hmm.
So basically it's drawing out your insecurities and putting them on the table. That's one way of conceding. If you can acknowledge your own insecurity, then you wouldn't have a major argument like talking about. that balance, that pretty much, once you actually throw out your insecurities like that, the playing field is level. There's nothing
Yeah.
else to actually like go up on. But then
Yeah.
then again you have some of those, like we said earlier, where people are dramatic and they like drama. You can, let's say, if any one of us in here get in a heated argument, and that one person decided, let's say me and Black decided to actually get in as men, we get in an argument, and we get in a heated argument, and one of us decide to be like, you know what, you right, I'm gonna back down from this. Okay, cool, man.
They
You know,
don't
you
happen
right.
like that.
I
It
know,
don't happen like that.
I know. That's what I was about to get on. It's like
Cool.
on one end, that person could be cool,
Men,
but that other person could be
you
like,
can't. You have
Go
to look
ahead.
at it like this. When it comes to men, if you don't have some kind of relationship with that man, and I'm not talking about that's your boyfriend or some shit. You guys know what I mean.
Right.
If you don't
Yeah,
have some kind of relationship with that man, you finna, like, you have a certain level before this person pop off.
right.
That's any man. You know what I'm saying? And so it's different when you have a relationship with a female
Right.
than a man. It's like when you have a relationship with a female and you argue and everything, you have to succumb. You have to like hold yourself back because you know you have females that'll throw up your insecurities. They would throw up stuff, you know what I'm saying, just to hurt your feelings in that argument off bat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Most times, I'm gonna ask the question, like most times when you argue with a female, men, when you argue with a woman, like how many times do you just get to the point where you just want to just knock the fuck out that bitch? But you know, you hold yourself back because it's a woman. You know what I mean? I mean, like for
I
real.
would be real.
This don't even have to be your girlfriend. This don't even have to be your girlfriend, your wife. This could be just a regular chick out on the street.
I can agree with that, but I'm
depends
also
on the
add on
individual.
to it. Yeah, I'm also actually throw on to the fact that I can agree to the fact that some dudes hold back because she's a woman, but you also have some dudes who don't give a shit at all either. So
You
it's
can
just
ask,
to
But what I was building up to,
you can
what I
ask
was
Skid and argue with a dude and he'll knock your ass out. Like in other words, you be like, but that didn't mean you start whining, and that can set a dude off. Trust me, I know.
True.
so
Some
what I
people
was
don't like
building up
whiners.
to, what I was building up to when you're in a relationship with a female and you're arguing and she's not conceding from jump because like you know like women they tongues are sharper, so you be ready to snap on her real quick and the shit builds up. The more you hold back, the more and more harder it becomes for you to sit up there and hold that shit in, you know, or hold back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The problem with a
So
lot of them, they got a lot of pride, man.
yeah, pride is a killer in every relationship. In any relationship whatsoever, pride is a killer. Pride can make anybody do some crazy things too. That's just what it is. I mean,
To get
tell you
some
the truth.
respect.
Put some there.
I mean, cause like on some real shit, I had a situation like that a couple of days ago. You know, and the thing is, it's like you know, if you do something by mistake, you know, like you accidentally bump into your girl or you accidentally step on her foot or some shit, you know, your first thing is to apologize for it. And I mean, it wasn't, you know, everything is squashed now, but you know that I've noticed that not just in my relationship, but the shit that I hear my buddies telling me, like sometimes a chick could be, you know, like my homeboy, he was telling this girl, he said, look, you know, you need to fix this fucking bullshit, you know, or step the fuck away. You know, that's the best. You know, and so of course she figured, hey, I'm not gonna fix my shit. I'm just gonna walk away from it. You know, that's pride.
Yeah.
That is, and it
But it
hinders you
blew
in
up in
every
her face.
relationship. Of course.
I want to
That
go
whole
Pride,
back
like
to
I said, pride is a
go ahead.
killer.
Well, yeah, it always has a tendency to blow up in your face, especially being especially being female, when you want that constant companionship and you want someone to be around you, you do need to learn how to concede. You do need to learn that your feelings don't just always matter. Other people's matter too. Just because you're a female and you have fifis, you know, you got to learn to shut up.
Okay. Christopher asked a question here. He said, should conceding to an argument be done in all circumstances?
No.
Okay,
Sorry, Black.
it depends on the points you actually like have in that argument. This is the thing too I wanted to add on. You can have some solid points in your argument as far as proving why you're right. The other person could have some too, but your points could trump that other person's points.
Right.
And in that argument, you're winning their argument. When it comes to the opposite sex, you're winning their argument.
Right.
Instead of the opposite sex being like, well, you know what, I'm gonna just back off, and they bring it to a whole different scenario of some other bullshit. Whereas if it was on the other way around, the dude would be like, okay, I'm gonna admit I'm wrong, and then she'll still actually like jump down his damn throat. Like, when is it to the point where enough is enough in that argument? It should be like, okay, you know what? I admitted I'm wrong. Yeah, you just saying that actually pissed me off. But like, hold on, wait a minute now. I just told you genuinely I'm wrong. What the fuck? What do you want me to do? Give you my damn bleeding heart and put it on a damn tray for you or some shit? It's like, to me, that's actually like satisfying an ego. That's not even about that's all that leads to is like you said, pride. That's satisfying the ego at that point.
Well, some
Yeah, and this going back to what I was saying a minute ago when I was
saying that they want to sometimes just talk home and just really, I mean, it's like, okay, well, fine. You know, I can understand that 'cause I see your point of view. I'm looking at it different now, but they just want to keep like banging that nail. You know, that nail.
Right, they beating a dead horse.
Just banging it further, and they putting dents all in the wood. The nail's already recessed in.
just going back to what I was saying earlier, when you have an argument and both parties have their rights, they keep pressing their right issue. That's how come you get repetitive and start saying the same shit over and over again, because you think that this person doesn't hear it, and the more this person doesn't hear it, the more hype you get. It's like, you know, like, even though like what homeboy was saying, he was saying that, you know, you'll be winning the argument, but this person was right about something. It's a lot of times, I would have to say not a lot of times, but to me, most of the time, like, you can be right about like 8 things, and this person will be right about 1 thing, but they're not gonna let that go because they're trying to hold on to make that shit way bigger than what it was. Right. And that's how arguments are. You know, you got to see it for what it is. Once you see that shit, nip it in the bud, concede. But a lot of people are not trying to concede because they're trying to get through to the next person. Look, you know, especially if it's in a relationship, look, yeah, you were right about that. I agree with you on that. But you need to understand this part. And that's the part they're not going to understand, because, like, for the simple reason, they want whatever it is that they're right about to be way bigger than the consistency things or the multiple things that you're right about. You know what I mean? So they're just
right,
like, not even hold that into consideration or anything. They're going to throw that out the window. Every last thing that you're right about. So, and like, you know, when that person is doing that, then either you need to be the bigger person and concede and just let that motherfucker have that shit, or just get the fuck away from that person so you can, you know, so you can thought shit out in yourself about how you're going to go about this person, because, like, you know, whether you man-female relationship or not, you know, that can lead to, like, the next step, which is violence, you know, or other stuff like motherfuckers doing stupid shit behind your back.
Right.
Or a lot of problem is you keep going on beating on a dead horse so long, sometimes they, you know, you get resentment, and then afterwards, right. I remember if you just kept on.
That's like I'm pretty sure everybody in here been in an argument to the point where you get pissed off at this person for a while because they touch that nerve that seems like it's almost to the point where it's kind of hard to repair that. In a way, like I said, it brings that little pride in. But
Yeah.
in a way, you touched on something that pissed me off to the utmost. Where I'm like, I don't even want to deal with you at this moment. Give me that space. I'm the type of person like this. If I get pissed off, don't butter me up. Let me be pissed off a little. Let me be in my zone. Cause I'd rather not speak to you right now. Cause if I do, I'm gonna blow up, and then this shit's gonna be like World War 57, and we don't need that shit right now.
But
So,
exactly, but that, at the same time, can I add something to that? Or are you done?
yeah, go ahead.
But at the same time, with people doing that, some people are like, "Oh, what? So you're not going to talk to me anymore?" When you do try to say, "I need that quiet time to just
Right.
not say anything, so I don't blow up in your face," they get, "Oh, so you're not going to say anything to me?" Because my cousin is the exact same way with her men. I said, "So why don't you just give these men some space instead of you bang on them and bang on them?" Okay, so let it sink in what you've said, and then in 20 minutes, then you come back together and talk to each other and say, hey, what are the points? What did you understand? What did you not understand? Come back together and talk. But a lot of people, like I said, take that as, oh, so you're just ignoring me now. You just don't want to talk to me. Okay, fine, whatever. And then it continues.
I want to throw this in there too, and I want you guys to tell me what you think about it. But a lot of times, no matter how good your listening skills are, or how good you are at debating, once you get into an argument, your listening skills are distorted.
Right.
You stop thinking. You going like, okay, you will hear what you want to hear, or you will have selective hearing, and nine times out of ten, it can 9 times out of 10, like it could just be one party. Like one person is selective hearing, the other person is listening to everything that the other person is saying. Just that person who is hearing what the other person is saying is getting upset because, like, when you say something, they're not listening or getting what you're saying. And when both parties are distorted, then the next step is like, I'm gonna fuck you up or some shit, or like, it's gonna go into all the other bullshit.
You know why? I can tell you why to actually add on to that. The reason why that happens is because people only, when it comes to arguments, you're not listening to understand. You're only listening to actually reply. That's a problem. That's communication. That's a communication problem. That goes in that. That's number one key of everything in any relationship, whether it's business or personal. That communication level, if it's not there, if it's not eye to eye, everything's gonna fall. It's almost like a bridge that's just being built, and you missing that one piece that's actually gonna hold the bridge up. If you actually miss that piece, and some car rides on that, and that shit's in the river.
Bring it all down.
Yeah.
So that's why that happens.
So then it's a lack.
Saying people, they hear what you say, but they don't listen.
Yeah, pretty much. If I was to, let's say, we're having this discussion now. So if one of us actually getting this argument or whatnot, we only go pick on the points of we actually hear, and we can actually fight to actually feed our argument. That's all that is. Everybody has
negative ones.
Can I? Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Go ahead.
Can I say something which is probably gonna be polemic, but I give you an example where conceding sometimes is probably for the worse.
Okay.
It's usually not with men. Actually, it's actually with women. Like when you're married in a relationship. Like, I don't know if you guys, some of you might be too young to remember Al Bundy. But Al Bundy is the perfect examples of showing, like, when the dude just concede, when Peggy comes, she's like, oh, hell. And I was like, yeah, and gave her money or whatever for her to spend. Every time he conceded, his life got worse and worse and worse. There's another. Yeah, like she will run over you. Like sometimes when you concede too much, a woman just runs over you, man. Or there's a good time when you should concede is like probably like when you have arguments with niggers. Sometimes it's actually good to just concede and walk away. You can live.
I say this all the time too. I don't argue with people who I don't know. I can argue with family. I can argue with friends who are the same. But I'm not going to argue with a stranger. That's just cut out the window.
One, you never know what they're gonna act. You never know. Two, they
right.
I like the I like how you just did that. Like you said conceited can get worse and worse, especially with women.
She's right.
Like you guys were just bringing up, it also can happen with men, you know, because like men can play other men just as simple as a female can if a guy is going to concede to a lot of things. That's how like let's say like the wimpy guy in the bully relationship. That's a dude conceding to whatever that dude is telling him to. So it just don't happen in relationships. It can happen with men. It can happen at your job. It can happen a lot of times with other men too. So it ain't just women, you know. So like a lot of times when you're sitting up here and you're conceding to all these other factions and everything, then when you get home to your woman, conceding is over. You know what I'm saying? For some of these men. Or men.
But
I said men.
that's always been a case that's always been a case in relationships with me. Like I told you, you know, I've dealt with somebody that if you were to whine or show a pacific, you know, way of some sort, they'll get mad and they'll go off on you. That made them mad. Other situations I've been in, I think I told somebody this the other day on the panel. Baby, I love you. You the greatest thing in the world. You mean so much to me. But, for example, I don't like it when you take your spoon and hit it against the plate. Now, it's like you said all that good shit. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, so what the fuck you saying? Oh, you don't like the way I hit the spoon on the plate? It's like, what the fuck? That's the only thing you heard. It's like they pick up only negative things. Like there's a constant comprehension problem. And then with Christopher said, Christopher is right. Because let me tell you, you have people that have a false sense of self and a false sense of importance. And one thing is, I can't lie to you. I can't encourage a lie. In other words, I'm not going to pretend you're right so you can feel better. Knowing that that's got you pumped your chest out on false pretenses, that's fucked up. And there's a lot of guys that's walking around here like that. Next thing you know, he doesn't realize that his bank account is diminishing. Then you got guys that got little, what you call it, esteem issues. You let them win the argument, so then it's like, oh, so you think I'm one of them niggas that's slow or something, huh? You think, oh, you just gonna let me, oh, okay, so this your way of just getting out the argument. I ain't finished fucking talking to you yet. Then the dude want to go on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is because you guys, women, could be the worst ones, but honestly, take into consideration us women that got to deal with niggas that just want to fucking argue all day long and don't let it go. There are some women that's like, you know, leave me alone for real.
That trips me out too.
Me and my husband don't argue. We don't argue. He'll give me that look
all the time. I can't. I never. Well, for one, I had my father in my life, so I, for one, can't relate to that anyway. Why dudes actually are? I can't argue with a person all day long. I'm not about to stress myself and wear my voice out. I'm not going to scream at you. Why I'm going to scream at you? I'm not fucking you. I have no obligation with you whatsoever.
Some people just have a need to be, you know, right. Some people have a need to be heard, and they think that their little power as males will, level them up or something. Like they get their little, star points or some shit, know, by trying to go hard or something. And it's like, that's not impressive to me, because I know what it takes for a man to get to that point where he can shut everything down. And it damn sure ain't a man hollering. That's not going to get it. Because that's where, to me, honestly, it's like a man look like a little bitch when he trying to holler and scream over top of a woman. That puts you like at a lower level to me than a higher level. Because I know men that can speak like Dre or speak like Christopher and even Black. And definitely like Leslie. They can shut all your shit down without having to go to a higher octave.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So, because I have experience dealing with people like that, You know what I'm saying? You come at me, for example, luckily, I won't crack on you because the first reaction is for me to start joking the shit out of you for real. But I'm like, no, because that's being arrogant. You know what I'm saying? That'd be like arrogant. But I'm like this. When people argue, I look at it like this for myself and shut the hell up. I'll weigh the options. Are you more important to me than what the fuck we talking about? Because if you're more important to me than what we arguing about, guess what? I'm going to shut that shit down. It ain't going to go no further. Because I would rather lose the argument or you lose whatever the hell we talking about than to lose you. So you got to ask yourself what's more valuable. Because after this fucking argument, I still got to continue to live with you. And I don't want to deal with the shit tomorrow, tonight, the next day. Resolve that shit right then and there. And that's a wrap. When you got egos, it got to be aware. That's where people get problems. Them extended grudges and shit. Like they determined to win that damn argument. Fuck that. Ain't no winners when you together.
I say this about myself.
No, they just have to be right.
I say this about myself. I'm a diplomatic person. I like to actually solve an issue. If there's no way of solving this issue, we shouldn't be talking about this issue. If it bothers you that much, then let's find a way to solve it. That's how I am. If it can't be solved, let's throw it somewhere else. What's the point of wasting our energy, our time, arguing and talking about this? That's time being wasted. There is no point to actually like talk about a dead issue or an issue that has no gains whatsoever. So to me, that's a form of conceding. I'm like, okay, this is an option. We can solve this like this. Once we find a solution of what it is, a compromise to what it is, let's be done with it and move on with our lives. Or if you can't find anything out of it, fucking let it go.
And don't bring up shit that you don't want to elaborate on. Don't throw hints. You know what I'm saying? If it's like that can lead to an argument too. It's like if Atri you say, oh yeah, I had an issue with my ex-girlfriend used to do something and he cut it off. Me being the Karen type of person, be like, what did she do? No, I don't want to talk about all that. The fuck you bring it up for? I hate people like that. Yo.
Right, that pisses me off because I'll be like, man, what the fuck? Okay, all right. And another thing I really don't like when it comes to that shit, don't bring up shit. If we got an issue right now, let's handle that shit right now. Don't bring it up 6 months later. Don't bring it up 2 years later. Don't bring it up 3 days later. If it's over, it's over. What's in the past is in the past. We learn from it and move the fuck on. Don't bring that shit up 6 months down the line. You mad at something. I don't know what the fuck you mad about.
No outside niggas from your woman. That's another thing I gotta tell the brothers. No outside dudes from your woman. Don't sit up there and let a nigga in the street crack slick with you and then come home and be like, where the fuck my dinner at? Fuck you mean you don't know? Well, you riffing with your girl. You taking that shit out on her that you should have said to that nigga outside or that employer that didn't pay you your money right or some shit like that. Niggas be doing that shit forever.
Damn.
I'm telling you, I've had some evil ass fucking people, man. Y'all ladies, y'all need to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? What's up with your mans? Be them type that really give a fuck. Don't be like, oh yeah, baby, I'll listen to you long as you giving me some money to get some Jimmy Choo's. Fuck that. Listen to his ass anyway.
Yeah.
Listen, sometimes conceding, I'm going back to women. Men conceded arguments to a point where it became the guy who was the breadwinner. She could pick his pillows up and throw them out, tell him to go sleep on the couch that night. Even though it probably his money paid rent.
If I was related to somebody like that, I would beat the fuck out of them. You do not get up out your goddamn bed and you the breadwinner of that house. You can say what you want. You the boss to pay the cost. I learned that shit from my father. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no man supposed to be sitting under the bed, crawled up underneath for nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you the boss that pay the cost up in there. You ain't supposed to sit in there. That's some bullshit. Oh, hell no. I got a homeboy right now walking around his goddamn knees for some broad. You don't ever do that shit. Ever. Any man do that. A woman got the right to chew all the damn money out your pocket. Cheat on you, mess with your best friend, and some more shit. You don't never let no broad run you the one out here working your ass off, and you gonna let some female tell you what to do when it come down to your house. Don't
Right.
ever do that shit.
I would totally
Ever.
lie. I'd slap my
This-
brother silly if he ever did that. I'd be like,
Y'all
what are you doing?
I'll say that now, but y'all women will be.
No, I mean that, Dre. I mean that.
Well, see, that's just like with me and my fiance. The dynamic is right now, I don't work as much as I would like to. I don't like to be dependent on other people because both of my parents taught me not to be dependent on anyone else. But right now I
Right.
am. So, he wins all the bread. So what do? I don't argue. It takes the life of me not to argue, but I'm not doing much. So I can't really argue about much. I clean the house. I make sure everything's done around the house because he does most of everything else. He makes sure that the bills are paid. He makes sure that I have food in my stomach. He makes sure that the AC works when it needs to be working.
That's respect, Lola.
Right.
You doing
You're a
it
good
right.
woman.
That's respect, girl.
So
That is
I
one
don't
thing
see
I've
anything
never
wrong with that.
understood. If he's paying the bills, he bought the bed, he bought the pillows. How are you going to get mad at him and tell him he needs to go sleep
You
somewhere
can't
else?
be
No, if
riffing
you're
with
mad at the
nobody.
bills, you sleep on the couch. You didn't buy it.
Exactly. I'd be like, look, I
Honestly,
sleep on the
you
floor
go
tonight.
to the couch.
Exactly. That's why I say, you know what? I'm mad at you right now. I'll go sleep on the floor tonight. I don't need this. I'll go somewhere else because he
Shit,
bought it.
Christopher, you should have put whoever said that to you. You should have put their ass on the couch and locked the door.
And the problem is, women, I mean, we're such emotional creatures. We will get mad about stuff, but in all honesty, if we did that, if we were like, you know what, I'm mad, I'm going to go sleep on the floor. Most of these men, since they're paying the bills, they could say, no, you're not sleeping on my floor. I paid for that floor. You go sleep in the neighbor's
That's a
yard.
petty
You paid for
motherfucker.
that. Hopefully they'll let you. But men,
Yeah, I'd be like, if you want to sleep by your damn self, take your ass to your house.
Some motherfuckers will put you out. They're like, I'm getting ready to take you over your mama's house. The fuck?
Oh
You
yeah,
sleep in
I'll
here?
do that shit in a minute. I don't play that shit. I'm like, look, we ain't go. You not about to lay in this damn bed and be mad at me. We not about to be mad at each other. Fuck that. If you want to be mad, you take your ass home. Don't come to my motherfucking house and fuck up my vibe.
I bet you what? I bet you I never had an argument with a nigga that was driving. I bet you that. Cause I've known many a time where a nigga done put that bitch out on the side of the fucking curb. Motherfucker don't know where they at. I was like, look, that shit happened too many times, not to me, and I made sure it didn't happen to me because I learned from other people's mistakes. Oh hell no.
Hey man, yo, you want to know what? That's funny because, and this might be a little bit silly, but fuck it, man. I slapped a bitch one time off. I couldn't help myself, man. I was like, she just kept on keeping on, and I just couldn't help myself, man. Like, but it was one of those toxic relationship type things.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm not happy about it, but I'm not ashamed of it. You know what I mean?
It's cool for a man to abuse a woman often, but sometimes it gets there where you just feel like you gotta smack.
You just gotta pop the bitch in the mouth.
Yeah,
just
like
do
you're
it.
not understanding my words.
I'm glad I got female cousins.
Damn, we got females saying this shit. This what's up. Go ahead, pop them bitches in the mouth.
I do.
Swerve on them hoes. No, just
I've never
I'm
say
a
that
woman
in my
who knows
life.
I have a mouth on me, and I try not to argue and stuff, but there are sometimes I can look back and be like, man, the fact that he did not beat my ass, he's a real man, and if he would have just popped me in the mouth, I would have been like, you mother, you know what, I'm glad my mouth hurts, because I should shut the fuck up.
Yep.
You know? Like,
my pops once told me this, and he still tells me this to this day. If you gotta put your hands on a woman, you don't need to be with her.
Yeah.
And it's to the point where
beat him, you don't need him.
Right, exactly. And I remember many times I've been in toxic relationships too, also black. So I know exactly where you're coming from. I never had to really punch nobody, punch no female or nothing like that, because I'm not gonna do that. What I will do, if it comes to the point of you put your hands on me, I will restrain your ass in a BBJ move. I will put your ass in an arm bar, straight up. I will put your ass in a chokehold and throw your ass outside. That's just how I am.
Yes.
But I will not put my hands as far as because I know how strong I am. I may not seem like it because of my size, but I hit pretty hard. So I know damn well if I hit somebody, I'm going to jail. And here in Louisiana, I ain't trying to go to jail. So
yeah,
I slapped the guy before. I was late to a lunch date with this individual, and when I got there, they knew why I was late. I had got stuck in traffic, and once I got there, this person was the type of person that thought so much of themselves. They was like a big show off and shit, right? So I got there. This motherfucker, let me tell you what he did. And this is something that made me so mad. When I got there, he had removed himself from the table. I went to sit down. He got up took some money out his wallet and threw the shit on the table and commenced to walk out. Okay, that really made me mad because you making a show. I don't like for people to do shit when we in public. You got beef with me or something. Wait the fuck we get home or something. I marched my ass out the restaurant. He got in his truck. I yanked it, and unfortunately for him, he didn't have his truck door locked. I yanked that bitch open and smacked the fuck out of his ass. You know what I'm saying?
And
It's like this. You don't do that. You don't diss me like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you doing so much for me. Like, oh, like, I'm going to just sit here by myself and have lunch. Nigga, I ain't pressed for no fucking food that bad. Well, I'm going to be like, because everybody, you can tell that everybody was looking as a diss. I can't describe it, but it's a diss. This nigga gonna pick the phone up and call Baltimore County Police Department. So we on the phone, and I'm on the phone telling him, well, what about all them times I got bruises on me and you bite me all in my neck and shit when we be doing something? I got marks right now. That's like a beast right there. I don't like that shit. So I'm all in the phone hollering this shit. He gonna turn the phone off.
And that's an example of a man getting all in his emotions, like, okay, you're mad that I'm late, but as soon as I get here, you're going to leave. So you were fine sitting here the whole time waiting for me.
That's the fucking problem, y'all. That's the problem. That's the
Let me tell you
problem.
something. Let me tell you something. Let me say this.
90%. Listen, 90% of my life, with the shit that y'all say that women do, I've had to deal with men doing to me. Like they said about the child support and all that. I had to deal with a man doing goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's backwards.
I want to piggyback off that.
That's why I feel these guys. That's why I look at them as my little brothers and shit. I know how that shit feels.
I just want to say real quick, I'm sorry, Black, before we get on another topic, because it's like 3 seconds. I do feel you, Carlotta.
I was piggybacking
Men
off
do
what she
it,
said.
but women do it way more. That's why it's an issue. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Black.
Oh, we know that, but like I want to piggyback off on what she was saying about these dudes that be out here in their emotions. And the reason why I can go off and say this shit, like, I think the first person that I seen who would like call out his emotions was, like Tommy, right?
Right.
You have so many dudes who won't call him out even after knowing that, hey, this is an issue. He need to work on him. He need to deal with him. So I don't think it's just based off of whether you had a father or not. Everybody has a breaking point. And once your emotions come into play, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there are a lot of emotional dudes out there. Even the ones that had fathers. They still like emotion. Everybody has their own set of emotions and how far you got to go to reach them. So like say that these people are not but when it comes to women, they placate off of other women. They see how other women act and did certain things. Like if say for example, say you get your like average white chick or whatnot, she grew up around her mom and her mom wasn't emotional, this, that, whatever. Her mom did a lot of stuff. Then that chick typically is not going to act like that. You know what I'm saying?
He's right. He's right.
If her mom was like, what I'm saying? If her mom, it don't matter if she was trailer trash or like mid class, whatever the fuck you want to say. If her mom was the emotional lady, depends on the way she display her emotions, then the girl's going to be emotional too, and she's going to display her emotions that same way, plus how she feel as herself, because like a lot of us take what we get from our parents, but a lot of us take in what we see out on these streets.
Which is exactly a product of your upbringing and a product of your environment.
That's why the best. That's why the best way to treat a bitch is to beat a bitch.
Chris, you're crazy. Shut up.
See what I'm saying? I said something about that shit earlier. I said, like, when dudes talk about going in on females, they go extra hard. You know what I'm saying? My mom used to, like, she'll be telling
competition.
me to quit.
Woman ain't competition. Damn, challenge a man. Don't be, like, trying to go hard on a woman.
I'm
not going to challenge you at all.
Like, I stay away from that shit, especially, like, when it comes to emotions.
Weird, man.
I deal with my emotions like
Listen. The thing is, right, women want to be equal, and they want men to concede to them, so they must be able to concede to men also when they're wrong. A case in point, I told a feminist, I said to her, you really want equality? Because equality will mean much more domestic violence in the household, because now the men feel like, hey, me and you equal. I could punch you in your face. Go call the cops. I don't care.
What?
Yeah.
But why guys can't distinguish between she not being equal, but she want to help you? Like if you trying to like make a dog house in the backyard, she wants to help you. She's not trying to make it come out being better than what the hell you trying to do. Like a lot of guys can't make that distinction. You know what I'm saying? They think, she trying to be better than me.
That's all I'm talking about.
Most women don't want to help with shit like that. If he out there digging ditches in the
I do.
he don't want. Most women do not want to get out there to help.
Most women don't get dirty like that.
And I've done that myself. No,
but that's
I've
the
dug
feminine
ditches
motherfucker.
and exterminated rats and been under houses. I've done that. No.
Right.
Yeah, but Freaky, you're a very good woman. I mean, you're a rare one.
Thank you.
I mean, because
I see now we're going to have to put Alex under a house. I'm just playing.
You gonna get out here and do some of this work, bitch.
Well, the women that want to be equal to the men like that, men knowing that, why don't they save that energy for those women? Because not all of us have a staunch need to be equal to the men. It's like, I know how to do shit. You know how to do shit. All right, let's do this shit together so we can get some shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. It ain't you bigger than me. I'm bigger than you. It ain't none of this shit.
I look at a lot
I will
of women
do things.
It trips me out that most of them, it seems like it's almost a gender switch nowadays. It's almost like gender role switches. Whereas I grew up, I learned how to sew, I learned how to cook, learned how to clean. I learned how to do all. I learned how to change a tire, change car batteries. I learned how to do all that at a young age.
Self-sufficient.
Right. But I've dated a couple of women who don't know how to fucking cook, and I'm still scratching my head on like, who raised you? Like, seriously.
And that's what happens when you have a mom who never cooked or someone who never showed you how.
She knew how to cook mac and cheese, and I was so pissed off.
Oh Lord.
She can cook all right. I beat her ass to the kitchen.
Right.
She cooks that food and mommy not home yet. Mommy over her boyfriend house food. Oodles and noodles and shit.
I'm sorry. That's a big thing, and I'm a Southern man. That's a big thing with me. You gotta learn. You gotta know how to cook and clean. I know how to do all this by myself. That's a huge thing for me in being from the South. If you can't cook, if you can't clean, I don't need you. I'm sorry. That's usually my stomach is my main thing. I'm always hungry. I cook myself some nuts.
But you gotta take worms.
And the thing,
I'm just small like that.
You gotta take worms. No, I'm just kidding. You probably got high metabolism.
I do.
And the thing about that is to piggyback feminists hate conceding, which means they don't like the gender roles, and I personally, as we all know, I don't mind. I quite like cooking and having a meal. I'll stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning when my fiance gets off work and make sure that he has something in his stomach before I go to sleep, or make sure that he can warm it up in the microwave, and then I'll be sleeping when he gets home, but he'll have something to eat.
I like to cook for those that like to eat. I don't like guys doing some nitpicky shit, want to eat bird food and shit, or Tic Tac and shit and fucking lettuce. Bitch, no, you need to eat food. You around me.
You need to come down here, man. You need to come down to the South for real. You for real.
What do you mean you a vegetarian shit? Well, here, motherfucker, I'll go dig up some shit in the backyard, eat that shit, put it on the goddamn, put it in the bowl with a spoon.
Carletta, we gonna go to Tony's. I'm gonna get you some crawfish. You gonna have to.
Shit, you don't know. I get down with crawfish. Don't get it twisted. I like crawfish now. I like that.
Really good. Yeah, I've had it.
Now wait a minute. Everybody, Everybody telling me about crawfish. What type of crawfish y'all talking about? Because if it ain't a Louisiana thing, that ain't no real crawfish. I'm sorry.
The ones they put
probably not real.
What you call it? They put the shit. What do you call it? Corn.
The crawfish
ball. Like steam it with corn.
Nah, it's a certain way about how to fix it. Nah, it's a certain way how to fix it.
Mine's be spicy.
Is a crawfish and a crawdad?
I don't know. You can make
It's the
crawfish
same thing.
etouffee, which is like a
I'm gonna be
with
real with
crawfish in it, and you put it over top of rice.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know how to make that shit right. And it's one thing what I realized even when I went up north to my cousins and they tried to cook that shit. All I could do was frown at them like, "Hey man, what
Don't
the
come
fuck
up
are y'all
here.
doing?"
If y'all got, let me tell you something. Let me tell you, honest to God, food that is in the South, you know, like your food that is native to Louisiana, or even food that's native to Mexico, but yet still, you know, in Texas they make that shit. When you come up here, that shit be nasty as shit. For real. It's like nothing like what you talking about. It's like niggas don't know how to cook that shit up here.
I got homies who actually like get shit wired from Tony's, like on Plank Road, and they get the shit wired from here all the way up there. That's how good our food is. It's like when people come to Louisiana, they get food. It's like I got friends and family from all over the place, and when they come here, it's like, hey man, could you make this? Bro, I'm about to take you out here to go get this shit. Come on, you about to learn how to make this shit.
Y'all
It's
got real
almost like down
barbecue
here.
everything.
Yeah, it's like everything down here authentic. So
Christopher has a question you want to answer the panel. Go ahead, Christopher.
Oh, I was gonna ask you guys 2 questions. Should conceding be done before an argument escalates, or should conceding be done after one recognizes that the argument have escalated to a heated situation?
After, and I can tell you why. If you start in the beginning, most of the time, whatever parties go think is not genuine enough. They're pretty much gonna be like, oh, you bullshitting, fuck that. No, I know you actually not. And that's gonna escalate it even more. So you can't even opt out of it. So if it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I see this is about to explode in my face. So you know what? I'm gonna calm it down. But then again, you might have it to the point where even though if you calmed it down and you trying to do your best to be diplomatic about it, it still might blow in your face. So it's a double-edged sword when it comes to it.
I think a big problem is, people get to the arguing and yelling, and then, they make up after. So that's when it's like over and talked about. But that's the problem, is people get so angry that they're just screaming and arguing, and then the point never gets across. And something I was going to say earlier is, I feel like a big thing with arguing, people, especially since women are such emotional creatures, when we're arguing, like, the argument will be over one thing, like money or why you got home late. And instead of it staying on that, it ends up to, oh, you got a little D and this and that, and there's 50 different things. And then a month later, you're arguing about something you said in the argument that had nothing to do with it, because you get to the point of low blows. You're not even going to argue the argument out. I feel like people should just calm down when they get to the point of arguing. Just be like, okay, why are we really mad? Is it really that important? And just talk it out as it is. It shouldn't even be an argument. It should be a discussion.
Right.
Christopher, I feel that if you at peace with yourself, you know what I'm saying, you can diffuse any potential argument from the jump. You know what I'm saying? You can actually diffuse it, because there's no way in hell, like I said, if you at peace with yourself, they can't get you, they're not going to be able to move you anyway. So it's like you said, what have it? Your delivery in the way and the manner you speak can diffuse such thing. You get what I'm saying? It's like you may mess around and get them to like cooking you something for dinner, or like giving you something. It's all in the way you finesse it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, like I said, if you at peace with yourself and you know how to speak and you know how to deliver your words in a positive way, you can diffuse it based on that alone. Like to say, he can say some shit like, damn, baby, you know what I'm saying? Why we are, I mean, we both know we love each other, say this. I mean, you can say that shit. Next thing you know, she be like, but still you did, and you didn't basically brought it down. You didn't brought it down. You know what I mean? It's all in the way you talk. You know what I mean? If you one of them people that have a need to be right, then you going to be arguing all goddamn day. There's never going to be concede nowhere. But if you one of them people that you sure yourself, you ain't got to go through all that shit.
And that's a big issue with, I think that's why things really get to arguments, is because people don't really want to see the other person's side, and they truly feel like they're right. Like, I can speak personally on myself. If I'm arguing about something and someone says something to where I'm like, you know what, I'm wrong, I'll be like, okay, you know what, you're right. I don't even want to argue about it. You're right. I should have just shut up. But when I really know I'm right, I get mad. Like my mom
Only
would be like,
time
"You
I
wrecked
know
all the
I'm
time."
right
I'm like,
is
"I've never wrecked a car," and I'll be like,
only
"What you're saying is untrue."
right. Only time I know I'm right is when it's something that has happened in my life or has to do with my children or me personally. You know, my experiences. That to me, that's fact. I'm not giving opinion. I'm giving fact. You know, just because a lot of times my shit is not mainstream. In other words, a lot of shit that has happened in my life is not predictable. It's not typical. And because of that, it's like, oh no, you're lying. That's bullshit. Dude, I can't help it. That's the shit that has happened in my life. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna have somebody disrespecting me when it comes down to me speaking on some shit that I know that is fact for sure.
Right.
Okay.
Now I'll pump down to every damn thing else. Y'all know I'm a female now. I'm not once again I done showed you I'm not typical. Because this plenty time, man, like I say, man, black done got up on me. A lot of people done got up on me. But ain't nobody hear me arguing. Ain't nobody hear me say something slick back and saying disrespecting how the man look and all this shit. I don't go through all that. He ain't my man. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have no value to me. So to me, you just talking. So I can afford to be quiet. Because whatever you talk about don't mean nothing to me for real.
I think a big thing is most of the stuff that people argue about is stuff that if you really look back at it, it shouldn't have even been an argument. For instance, a big reason I feel like in relationships people argue is because, and men do it too, but not as much, but typically she went through his phone and found something and she got mad about it and she's like, why the fuck is this in your motherfucking phone? And at the
Man,
end of
that
the
bitch
day,
dumb.
if you're in a relationship and you feel
That's
like
a
you
dumb
need
shit.
to snoop and go through that person's phone, why are you having an argument
Bitches
over
be
it?
doing that
Because
shit
you
because
did
they
not put
bored.
them.
They fucking
Yeah.
bored. They somewhere along the line, nigga didn't pay them no attention. Motherfucker went in the bathroom and was in there for like 10 minutes, and she wanted to chit chat, but he found something else to do in the fucking house. You know what I'm saying? Usually bitches be doing that shit because they bored. And any goofy bitch that go through a man's phone and immediately say something about what the fuck she find, that nigga should switch the game about 1,000 times like that fucking week. Cause bitches don't realize you done gave that nigga a way of doing something different. So therefore you'll never figure out what the fuck he doing. Bitches is dumb as shit. That's why I don't hang with a lot of females. It's like
But
know that information. Let a nigga, cause a nigga going slip. Females do too, but a nigga going slip, cause he think, oh, this bitch don't know what's going on. So yeah, you seen Tammy's phone number. You seen her phone number. You make a mental note of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you watch this nigga. Oh yeah, all of a sudden his phone going off. Oh, all right then. You just like casually happen to look over. Yeah, you remember that 824 number right there. Oh, all right then. You see what I'm saying? Next thing you know what I'm saying? Then you building your case. Then when it's all said and done, who the fuck is Tammy? Oh, yeah. Oh, so this bitch works such and such. She got how many kids? Oh, all right. Then it's like you know the whole 411 on that bitch.
damn.
Nigga can't get out. Let me tell you something. A nigga told me one time, said, you knew more about that bitch than I did. See, that's what I'm talking about. See what I'm
It's
Well, I
saying?
mean,
Thank you,
observation.
technology.
It's
the way
observation
you
and being
talk,
quiet.
Carletta, you make it seem like women never go through dudes' phones. The way Carletta, you talk sometimes, the way
Go through things. They do go through men's phones. I said they go through men's phone on stupid shit just to be fucking nosy. They be bored. You know what I'm saying? They got nothing else to do because they think they man doing something strange because he came home 10 minutes late. Stupid shit like that. That's what be making men not trust women because the dumbass bitches doing dumb shit. I'm saying I said the right thing, Dre. Your little butt wasn't listening.
Yeah, because that's kind of retarded. I mean, it's kind of retarded if you came home 10 minutes late. You know when someone's doing something wrong because the entire
Right.
environment
Girl.
changes. The air, the energy, everything
You can feel it
changes.
pretty much. You can
Yes, you
feel it.
just,
Yes.
it's knee deep. You just know it, and it's just not right
And then the
sometimes.
more they keep trying to make it seem like you wrong, it's like if you don't take it personal like that, it's like more of an insult to your intelligence. Like your cosmic intelligence. It's like I'm like I dream a genie. How the fuck I'm psychic, nigga? How you gonna sit up here and make it seem like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about? That's when I go on investigation mode. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna find out what you're doing, and I'm gonna find out with who and every damn thing else, where that bitch live at, who her grandmother name was. You know what I'm saying? Where our fucking country people come from.
Can I share my opinion on when
Please,
to
Leslie.
concede? All right, and I found this out through trial and error. I think that the time to concede is at a point where you've broken down your argument in such a rational form that a 2-year-old can understand it. At that point, if the person can't get it, then I think it's pointless wasting the time or energy, and that's when you need to back off, because if you've broken it down that simply and they can't get it, there's no point. That's it.
That is true. I'm sorry, that is true, because it's to the point where if I feel like I have to dumb down,
I believe that.
Because I feel like at that point I'm not talking to an equal adult. I'm pretty much talking to a child. So
Exactly.
I'm not about to play childish games. So I can understand where you're coming from. So the game, mate, not about to do it.
Yeah, exactly. I've had to learn that, especially, getting in debates with people, with the discussions that we have. For instance, like people that support Black Lives Matter or whatever, and they say, oh, there's a huge police problem, it's an epidemic, this and that. And I take the stats and I show them the stats and say, hey, only a handful of black people are unjustifiably killed by police out of millions and millions and millions of interactions a year. You really don't have an epidemic or a problem on your hands. And if they can't understand that and they say, no, fuck the cops, fuck the pigs, fuck the police, I hate this and this and that, they killing us and this and that. At that point, I'm like, if you can't understand that basic principle, then I'm not going to waste my time. So you win. See you later.
It's not that they don't understand. I don't think it's contempt, because ignorance. It's once said by Dr. Wallace. Excuse me, Walter E. Williams. Ignorance you can fix. Contempt you cannot.
That's a good one. I've never heard that before.
Right. That's pretty good.
I
listen to wise people.
Actually, my little sister.
Yes.
I bet you can't fix niggerance.
No, you can't. Because it's willful contempt and ignorance. That's willful contempt and ignorance at the same time. That's a double whammy. You really can't fix that.
But that's who I make reference of the term nigger. That's who I'm talking about. Like, we call it ignorant people. I'm not talking about, when I say nigger, I don't associate it based on color. I associate it based on how somebody acting. You got light-skinned niggas, you got white niggas. I don't know why people keep worrying about that fucking word. You know what I'm saying? I mean, one day somebody was getting on me about the word nigga. I just want to go nigga all damn day. Shit.
All right, you sound like a damn chainsaw.
Right.
There you go. Shit. Motherfucker, they ain't melted yet. Motherfucker, you ain't disappeared yet. Now they said about 12, 13 niggas and shit. You ain't did nothing. Just sack a load, mean ass right there. You ain't did a goddamn thing. Ain't float away, ain't melt, ain't turned into some more other shit.
Hey, Carletta.
That word don't have no power.
Carletta, don't ever do that in the bathroom with the lights off and you in the mirror saying nigga like 12 times.
You don't know. A nigga might show up in my house. What, bitch? Yeah, right. Pretty much. Yeah. Okay.
Like, really? Like, damn, I called it's the wrong person.
Okay.
Urban legend.
Get this nigga out of my house.
Urban legend, nigga man. What, bitch?
Like, get this nigga out of my house. I can't do it.
Okay.
One of the things people have to remember is that when you have a conflict, it's everybody's responsibility to resolve it. So that's the point of coming together and having the conversation and discussion. If you get to the point, like Alex had pointed out, where you're throwing low blows and you're talking about stuff that doesn't even pertain to the original problem, then at that point you just need to separate. Because at that point everybody's wasting their damn time. You know what I mean?
But people gotta understand, there are women, us women, if we feel disrespected, you need to expect that some kind of way we're gonna take up for ourselves. All my life, I've only been left up to taking up for myself. That's the only way I know how to do it. But I try to do it because I want to stay like a family member to you, or in love with you or friend to you, the way that I do it, I try to like ignore you or something. You know what I'm saying? Like just go on with my thoughts and shit. Like you ain't even there. You know, instead of being like, fuck you, you little motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You raggedy bitch. You know, I don't even go through all of that.
Yeah, like
but that's expected of me. So therefore, because I'm thinking in my mind, because I don't go through that, I should at no time be called or equated with black bitches, or that's how black bitches are. Because the black females I know would have straight cuss motherfuckers out, dead ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, my point was pretty much just, it's like if you're going to argue about something, I mean, try to step back and just be logical and think, is it worth arguing over? Because if you are the type of person who, and I'm not trying to talk down about anybody, but if you are the type of chick that as soon as your man gets that phone out of his hand, as soon as he's not around his phone, you feel like you need to go through it, just think about it like you're going to go through it and then there's going to be an argument. If you know that's going to happen because it happens day after day for 8 years straight, why are you in that relationship? There's an argument.
Men play too much.
You shouldn't even be in a relationship.
Men play too much. You got men that just don't want somebody in their phone. They play too fucking much. They going to sit up there and make you think it's something, he's hiding something in his phone. You go all the way through the phone to the service agreement and shit. It ain't goddamn thing in there about no bitches. Even under them phone numbers that say Chuck and Bobby and shit. They niggas. They play too much.
My son's father and I were
They
together
just play
for
too
6
much.
years, and I can honestly say in 6 years, I never not once went through his phone. Never even asked to. But at the same time, it was something on him. I knew I didn't have to by the way he acted and the way he treated me.
So what? There's
trust. Why are you with him?
So let me ask you something, Alex. Do you think, because I hear people talking about this all the time as far as the whole phone issue and privacy and this and that. My wife and I, we know the passcodes on each other's phones. We share the same Google account. So everything that I put in my phone, all the pictures I take, everything, it populates on my wife's phone at the exact same time.
Right.
We both feel like we have nothing to hide. So there's no need to have any privacy. What do you think when there are couples together who say, "Oh well, I need my privacy. I need my privacy." Is that a red flag? Do you think?
I think it definitely depends. It's definitely a case by case thing. If you're with somebody and it goes back to the why are you with them? If you're with somebody to where you feel like them needing privacy is a problem, then you shouldn't be with them. But I feel like yes and no. Everyone deserves their own privacy, but at the end of the day, when you're in a relationship, it's different than a marriage. Like I don't know if you want to put this other, but you are married, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so you are married to your wife. She is married to you. She loves you. You love her. The fact that you have that going on, I feel like there's no problem with that. That's normal, and that's how it should be in a marriage. You should be open about everything, even if you do something wrong, like stray or something. Your love should be strong enough that you can talk about it. But I feel like people deserve a certain amount of privacy, but if there's something they want privacy on and you're like, why would you want privacy on that? Like, I don't want you going through my phone. Okay, well, why? Why are you so big about hiding your phone from me? Like, basically, when a guy wants to hide his phone that much, it's because he probably is doing something wrong, and you shouldn't even be with him then.
Yeah.
Right. That's another thing to piggyback off what you said. I still say this, and I say this, and I'm going to continue to say this. Women know exactly what they get into when they meet a man. I'm sorry. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You know who the hell you getting into it with. You know if that dude is a piece of shit. So,
no, not always.
No. So, wait a minute. Hold up now. Hold up. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me in 5 minutes you don't know whether you actually going to have sex with this dude or not? That's maybe you, but majority of women know damn well they go actually fuck a dude when they first meet him, hands down. Now,
yeah, but I'm saying, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying as far as like when it comes to these dudes who ain't, we are as men, we are pretty obvious. We're obvious creatures. Whatever we show you and whatever we tell you, take it as is. You got to take everything in consideration. Some dudes we'll actually like be like, I'm gonna just test her to see how it goes. But a good of us will be like, hey, this is what it is. Take it or leave it. And you actually know this. You see this dude. Most of the time, a dude will actually explain to you about when you ever actually had a conversation with a dude. You asked him about a chick. What's the craziest thing you did to a chick or whatnot, and he ended up saying something. It could have been a chick 5 minutes ago. He did that too. That's the thing about it. It's like we're not that discreet. We don't give a fuck. we just that to the point where we're.
Nah, I
Looking
have to disagree with
there.
Leslie, man.
What's up, man, Black?
Oh, hey, how y'all doing?
What up,
What's up,
now?
man?
What's up, man? We missed you, brother.
Oh, I've been around.
We needed our daily dose of black women bashing.
Be honest with you, I've been actually being pretty nice the last few days. Thank you.
Oh God, are you?
Come by and say hi. Think about it. You should. I should at least get that old from you.
Hold on a minute. I didn't even know you was on. Black boy sent me a text and told me you was on. I had no idea. As soon as I came over, I subscribed though. I give respect where it's due, and like I said, man, you know, I said it publicly. I felt bad for the shit that went down on, to you and all that. That's why I subbed up and came on. Hell, you know it don't take much to get me to be honest about something.
Right. Well,
especially when it comes to black women.
Hey, I've been staying off of that stuff. Hey, I'm saving that fire for 11 o'clock tonight. I haven't been really saying nothing about them lately.
Ooh, I guess I want to see that tonight.
Leslie.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Oh, go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
I have to disagree with you, man.
Okay.
You see, you have so much trust. You leave your phone. Someone could snack a picture in there, and your wife opens it and sees a picture, and she gets shocked. No, I ain't taking them chances. With me, I treat a whole like Ike and Tina. You touch my phone, bitch, I'm beating your ass.
Chris tripping me out.
I think that's where it comes down
my
to the
phone is like child molesting my child. Don't touch my phone. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like nobody touching my phone either.
Okay, but I think the thing with Leslie is he and his wife, I mean, I don't know. I don't live in their home, but from what I'm hearing, it sounds like they have a good enough relationship to where they fully trust each other and they're open with each other. So if something like that happened, I don't think she would be like, what the F is this? I think she'd be like, what's going on with that? And then, they could talk it out. It depends on the type of person you're with and the trust that you have with how they're going to react.
I got so much trust. My whole family's gone to Illinois. I'm the only one home.
No, party at Black's house.
You really gonna ask me now?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and bring all the stuff over to your crib, then, player.
I took me a nap and then I woke up and I was like, "What's that sound?" And then I remembered it was silence because ain't nobody here.
Is it fun being home? Like, is it fun for a man to be home? Like, once his family goes on like a vacation from him?
You know what I went and did? I went and bought. I've been trying to get this portable video game TV so I can try it out. And as soon as her ass crossed the state line to leave this state, I went and bought this thing for like $200. And I sent her a text message of it. She was like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you when I get home." I told you about it. It's like I go on shopping sprees when she go out of town.
Get into trouble.
That's just like Kevin Hart saying. It's like when a man is home by himself and shit, it's all types of shit goes down. It's so magical, it's ridiculous. It's like there's nothing in it's like it's a personal freedom.
But that's alright, because I doubt he'd be out there messing with anybody else. That's a good thing. Like, he ain't taking advantage of that like that.
Oh, hell no.
I'm going to tell you right now, one woman is more than enough. I don't have enough energy to be trying to cheat. I don't know how niggas do it, because I'll be honest, I can't get along with women enough to be trying to juggle them. Fuck that.
Right.
That's too much.
Yeah, that's too much of a headache.
Our problems, your problems, her problems.
And listen, it ain't like the old days where you can just hit it and quit it. Because now you hit it too good, they done fell in love, and then they on your doorstep fucking with you, fucking with your old lady. You can't just. That's why it's best just to not do shit. Just
leave it alone.
that's why, like, when she told me she was going out of town, took the kids, everybody with her. I was like, I'm gonna go buy me some shit, and then I'm gonna be at home playing my game. Like, that's all I do. I mean, I could go hop in my ride and go get in some damn trouble, but I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't really do none of that shit. So video games are my only vice, except for YouTube, really.
I can dig.
Yeah,
I'm fucking single. I don't actually travel the streets.
It ain't nothing out there anyway. It ain't nothing out there.
Nope. Hey, it's too many chicks trying to have kids and shit now.
Yeah.
Popping up at your door.
Or have a nigga up in the hospital.
Cause I mean, for real though, I'm single and I don't do no crazy shit. I just be chilling at the crib. I don't be trying to do no crazy shit, man. It's too much shit you can get into nowadays.
Safer that way.
Yeah. And then on top of it,
I've been keeping my head low last few days. Plus, to be honest with you, I've been fucking tired, man. I put a video up today, you know, patting myself on the back for finally getting 1,000 subs. But other than that, I've been, you know, trying to stay the fuck off here.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for the panel. Has anybody ever been a hothead in arguments and let them drag out and get nasty and crazy? And if you used to be that way, has anybody changed from that? And if you have changed, what did you implement? What steps did you take to change from being that way?
Yes, I can personally say I was a hothead, but it was actually mainly because of my dad, because he was a really big hothead. But I used to let things drag out really, really nasty, and you know, to where he was, you know, in almost like extremely tense. And he has anxiety, and I created that. I feel really, really bad. I feel terrible. And how I've taken steps to change that really is I just do what I did in the first place. I just take a step back, because at first he was like, no, when you take a step back, you seem really cold, you seem really frigid. And it's like, I know that's because I'm really angry, so that's how I deal with it. So what I did was I went back to my original plan, which is I step back, I think about everything in my mind, I let every scenario play out, everything I'm going to say, and then I really, 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 really think about things before I say them. Because once you say it, it's out there. It may not, people may say, oh, it doesn't affect me anymore, but it's out there, and it can always crop back up in the back of their mind. So
I've always been the opposite. I learned at about 13 or 14 that there's not a single man on earth that can control a woman. You can beat a woman, you can threaten her, you can put a knife to her neck, but she's still gonna do whatever the hell she wants. So I took the opposite approach. I don't fight. I don't argue. I don't throw shit. I don't break shit. I don't make threats. None of that. If I'm with somebody and we're incompatible, I start packing. I'm not interested in none of the bullshit, because the fact is, you have to have enough courage to say this shit ain't working. I'm not finna do this for 5 or 10 years just to figure it out. If it ain't working, just leave before it starts.
Right.
No, I agree with that, but
I agree with that.
it was me, it was both of us too. So we both, it wasn't that we were incompatible. His upbringing and his lifestyle was a little bit different from mine. He didn't have, he wasn't really around people who were lovey-dovey and touchy-feely and things like that. And I was, you know, my parents, you know, they showed affection very, very heavily. And his, you know, he grew up with his mum, who was kind of wild, and so he wasn't really the type of person to show affection, and I was, so that's where we clashed heads, and we would both let the fights go nasty and drag out, because he had a lot of his drama in him, and she was a nasty woman.
I get accused of being emotionless, and that's one of my best traits, I think. I don't when me and my woman get into it, I don't even care. Like, she'll start the tears and all that crap, and I'll be like, you know what, you might as well stop. I said, all that's doing is pissing me off. I said, you know, don't do some shit.
Yeah, I told y'all
start fucking crying after you do it to try to get the sympathetic angle. I said, let's just handle it like grown people and get back to business. And that's what we do around here. We don't let the shit drag on. We had one fight all of last year. We've had none this year. And that's just how I like it. I'm not finna fucking argue all day. I mean, there's no point in it. We both pay bills. We both raise kids. All that arguing is for young people.
Yep.
Ego shit. I wanted to add to what Leslie said. I wanted to ask Leslie this. Do we have to speak like for ourselves, or like somebody that was close to us that was very like demonic, like evil, mean, and then they changed?
No, go ahead. Yeah, shit. I'm just interested in hearing people's insights.
Yeah,
on
I wanted to say my son
changing from that way to a better way.
My son father, like I constantly keep telling y'all, my son father would be like, he was like, make Satan go, damn, bro, you need a hug for real, ASAP. He was just mean as shit. I mean, just evil beyond evil. And then on top of that, had OCD, which made him even angrier when some shit wasn't in place. They just said a third. Then we got him over there. He used to have to smoke a lot of weed all the time. But after a while, I know y'all not probably gonna like this shit, but he went to church. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like that's been going on. He had been in church for like the last 16 years. And it has changed him. He's been to my house. Matter of fact, he was at my house like last week because our son was home for a little while. And he came over here and sat here and everything. And he respects my husband. That's going to be mandatory because this is my house and this is the new person in my house. I don't have all that drama, you know. So he come in and he sat down with our son and they was working on some beats, you know, music and stuff like that. So I had noticed that he was easy to talk to because he used to be very arrogant. He was the type of person that thought he was right all the time. And I'm just happy that, you know, to each his own. However anybody find their happiness in life, you know what I'm saying? We can't say, you know, don't get into religion. We can't tell people how to, you know, dismiss whatever is making them happy. You know, if God make you happy, Jesus make you happy, all right.
You know what a secret? You know, here's the secret to all relationships.
Some shit did change, didn't they?
Here's the secret to all relationships. If you're with somebody and they're cheating, it's because it's something that you're not giving them in the relationship that's making them go look for it somewhere else. And I always say this: there are a lot of dudes right now in the penitentiary for killing a dude for fucking a girl. But you have to ask yourself, what made your girl go give it up to this nigga in the first place? And I tell people all the time, do you want to go to jail or do you want to go home? And if you're trying to control a woman, you're going to just end up in jail because the facts are the facts. Women are, even though some of them act like they scared or act like they're submissive, women are way more strong-willed than men. And if they want to cheat or they want to run around, they're going to do it. I don't give a damn how mean of a dude you are. I don't care how scary you are. They're going to find a way to do what they want. So, why, you know, instead of fucking around and arguing and fighting, just say, look, like with me and my woman, I tell her straight up. When she left to go out of town, I told her straight up. I said, it's your pussy, do what you want with it. As long as you ain't doing it in my house, I don't give a shit. There's a difference between cheating and then cheating under my roof. I don't give a fuck what she do with her pussy because she's not under this roof doing it. Now, you want to go fuck around, go have fun. If I catch you, stay gone. But if I catch you here, you're going to stay dead. See, it's a big difference.
He said stay dead. But you know what? But Mad Black, I wanted to say something to what Mad Black said. You know, there is also issues where it couldn't be an issue that's something missing. It could be something missing in you. You got a lot of, I noticed this in a lot of guys. They be feeling like they with somebody that they feel that they're not doing good enough for. They be feeling like the person they with is too good for them. And they'll like cheat down. Like they'll cheat with like ugly ass females.
One of my homeboys did that exact same thing. He had a really, really good looking girlfriend. And she had a good job, you know, everything. He cheated with this fat, nasty chick. And no one could understand it. And so I finally just asked him, I said, dude, why would you cheat on such a fine woman with this fat, nasty girl? His answer was so simple that it shocked me. He said, she give head, my girl don't. I said, God damn, is that all? He said, yeah. He said, my girl don't give head. I was like, That's when it came to me. Something
That's what
that
them
simple,
married dudes do there.
something that simple can fuck up a relationship. I mean,
Yeah.
but you have some women out there who feel like giving head is another way of debasing or degrading themselves, but they have no problem opening their legs and telling you to lick. So, I mean,
Okay.
hey,
Add on to that, what you saying?
y'all know I ain't lying. How many
that's
girls?
That's basically.
How many girls tell you to lick their twat, but then when it comes time to hook you up, oh, I don't do that.
I have.
That's because no, baby. No, that's because a man chooses to do that shit too fast. If a man sit up there and had sex with a woman tonight,
Wait a minute, Carla. I'll say this. My youngest daughter's mother, we lived together for years. She always want me to eat the pussy, but her ass don't suck dick. I'm like, I used to tell her ass,
Nope.
fuck.
Nope. Not doing it. I'm sorry. When it comes to that situation, it's gonna be on both ends. I'm not about to go out there and go all out. I like motherfuckers who actually like to please too, or enjoy pleasure. But I'm not about to you're not about to have me all out there out in the open. I'm sorry. That shit is a gift. I'm sorry.
I don't think y'all guys should be going down on women so damn fast.
I don't. To be honest with you, I have to be with somebody in order for me to do that. And I mean, like, for a good while.
Go together, right?
Yeah, it's like for that shit. I'm sorry.
How you know she had sex with a nigga the day before?
But you know what?
If she ain't your girl.
Women created the art form of cheating. I literally fucked a girl while she was on the phone with her dude. Women are the master cheaters, okay?
You wasn't hitting it right.
Yeah, I was. It's just she was biting a pillow.
I'm just messing with you, Black. I'm just messing with you, brother.
I'm gonna tell you, listen, y'all are the master cheaters. Women can cheat literally right in front of a man, and the nigga most of the time won't even know it.
I ain't gonna lie, that is true.
That is so true. I've seen that.
It's true.
Oh my god.
I can't front.
Yeah, I've personally done some cheating.
Have something to say? Wait a minute. She got something to say. Go ahead and let her get a chance to turn to speak. Go ahead. Go ahead, Alexander.
Oh, no, I was just typing whatever, but I got it all out.
I mean, when it comes to cheating, yeah, well, no, I'm sorry. Women are more crafty when it comes to it. Dudes, like I said, we don't give a fuck. When it comes to that shit.
That's why we get caught more often than they do.
Hey, but it's like this. The reason why we don't care is and most dudes think like this. I mean, I don't do this shit, but I'm saying like most dudes think like this. Y'all, women outpopulate us, so it's like what you don't do, another chick will, and I can get another chick quicker than you can get another me. That's how it goes. I mean,
my father said men cheat to get caught. Is that true?
Yeah, a lot of them do.
Some of them actually do it for a thrill.
A lot of them need an excuse to get away from a woman they don't want to be with, so they let themselves get caught.
Okay.
I know a guy who absolutely went out of his way to get caught, and this girl still would not break up with him. She was one of those crazy, I love you to the casket kind of people.
Oh my goodness, gracious.
Yeah, she literally like caught him red-handed, and she literally said, I don't care, I love you, and we're going to be together forever. This dude literally had to move to another state to make this girl leave him alone.
I know he was heated. It sounded like he tried to actually get out of the reserves or some shit like that. Like, man, I did everything to get out this motherfucking unit.
My goodness gracious.
And all of a sudden, this motherfucker still left me in this bitch. I gotta do something. I'm going AWOL.
I've learned the hard way that men, we're visual creatures. Women are emotional creatures.
Right.
We see something that we like and we go for it. Women, they have to get emotionally invested in something that they like. But once they get emotionally invested, getting rid of them is extremely hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't like to feel like I've wasted my time.
Exactly. And why do you think so many women go try to get vengeance? Because they feel like their emotions were wasted on this dude, and it's time for payback. That's why you have all them Tyler Perry movies and bullshit like that.
I would get mad if a man cheat on you with an ugly bitch.
But the only ones to cheat with are the ugly ones, because they the ones with the lowest self-esteem, and you can make them do anything because they just happy that you fucking them.
Let me explain to you.
Wait a minute. I want to touch on something Leslie said. he said that like what made a person change. So they used to be hot-headed and all like that.
Yeah.
I used to be hot-headed. I will admit that. I used to be. I think that I've toned it down, but in a way I've almost toned it down too much. Where I used to be hot-headed, where back in the day somebody said something about me, I was straight off cut your throat off. I mean, literally. I mean, I'm coming at you. You threw a toothpick at me. I'm coming at you with both barrels. I'm gonna kick your ass, kill you, burn your ashes, and then piss and shit on you the next day. And then every year, just piss on your grave once a year. That's how bad it be.
Well, damn.
I mean, literally. I mean, I ain't even gonna lie. To show you how
That's
bad.
baby stuff.
Literally. Listen like this. A gentleman got on my nerves.
Everybody never want to hear my shit.
To show you how bad I was. I didn't let him know he got on my nerves. Right? I waited a year later and then beat the shit out of his ass. Literally.
We got that terrorist shit happening.
But see, my thing was, I figured too, I didn't never want to get in trouble again. I figured that way if I got caught, a year went by, this person never knew. I never said anything about it, never told anyone. And that way, if he did die or whatever, it looked like he probably got into it with someone else. As a protect myself. Lately, what I've done is every time that I feel that I'm going to get mad or I'm going to, like even if you notice now, like even with the situation, you notice I still ain't come out and put him on blast for the shit. Every time I get mad, first thing I do is I just try to, sit back and I just try to remove myself and sit back and relax a little bit because I don't want to go back to that type of person I was. And to know that, that was a bad way, that was not a good person. And I don't want my son to see that.
That's right.
And, kind of practice what I preach. And if I say, well, look, that, son, you should always, be better than that. If motherfuckers ain't good, you just eliminate them. You don't have to worry about, getting them even or doing nothing like that. Just eliminate them. They'll need you before you need them. Now, the bad thing is, especially with niggas, that's going to keep your circle of friends very small. Because most of the time, I said it, we've been taught by our type of people to just think about ourselves and not each other.
You know what, Andre? You just a good dude, man. I'm just gonna call it what it is. Some people are just simply good people. See, I have prided myself for a long time on being the biggest asshole that I can be. Because I tried it the other way and I learned something. That even when I tried not being an asshole, people still treated me like I was an asshole. So I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna go all in on it. Right. And it works for me.
Listen, Black, I ain't even gonna lie, man. Sometimes I want to go in and I want to do dumb shit. I want to say dumb shit. But then it's like I keep saying I'm just going to break your streak, and I'm just trying to keep the streak. Now, the only bad thing about being nice is most motherfuckers take the kindness for weakness, so then motherfuckers think that you weak.
Yeah.
So do you know that, I'm sitting here.
Well, I'm the same way. That's why I finally did what I did. I ain't going to, speak in detail. But that's why I finally just said to hell with it. I went off this week, and I'm pretty sure y'all seen it. I said, fuck this, because I felt like I had shut up enough. And sometimes you just get tired of being fucked with, and I mean, I looked at it like, goddamn, what do you have to do to keep taking the high road? And the high road is hard as fuck. It is. It's very hard. I can be honest and say I don't have the ability to take the high road. Because I tried that shit, and it's just, you got to be fucking Gandhi to take the high road, man. It's impossible for me. So I don't know how you do it. That's why I respect the hell out of you, because, man, you put up with a lot of fuck shit that I know a lot of people would kill people over.
Yeah. Well,
I cannot do it, bro.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, it hurts. It hurts a lot of times, especially. And then what's so bad to me is most of the time when you take the high road, you don't get any credit for taking the high road. You still looked at it as so then that just like for taking a high road, you actually get punished double because motherfuckers don't understand that. Wait a minute, this motherfucker was actually this is how a person should act. But no, it's like this motherfucker.
Oh, don't worry, I got called every punk bitch in the world by some of my own fans for taking the high road this week. Believe me, you can't win. You cannot. you a piece of shit if you take the low road. You a punk ass nigga if you take the high road. And
but see, it's expected of you, black, to stay negative all the time.
well, I mean, the only time I'm negative all the time is when we discussing those female people that shall not be named at this moment. Hey, wait a minute! I made a promise that I would not degrade or talk about that fairer sex with the darker complexion, or at least till my show starts at 11. And I haven't been saying nothing. I've been being truthful to that because the fact is, it's like I said the other day. You know, part of the reason why y'all haven't seen me on the other show is because I said I was going to stay off of there because I've been on there running my mouth for a couple of months. So I decided I'm gonna run my mouth on my own show for a while. And I've been saving it up. That's why I ain't been saying shit like this.
You won't see me anymore. So
now check this out.
Hey,
when you say
that
you take the high road and you still get looked down upon, if those people aren't smart enough or intelligent enough to see what you've just done, does their opinion really matter at that point?
Nope, it don't matter at all.
I'll let you know, it still bothers you that because I will admit I take the high road so much, you still get pissed off because you say, wow, you know, I ain't do nothing but be nice, and look how I'm just treated. I mean,
man, I'm gonna tell you right now, Andre.
Right there, want to just go postal.
It's so many people, Andre. It's so many people that came on my page and they was like, man, I understand what went down with you, but I don't understand what happened to Andre. And I was like, you remember when you came on my show the other day, Andre, and we was on there talking, and you was reading the same shit in the chat I was reading.
Yeah, I know.
I told you, I was telling you from the get-go. I was like, that's not how you fucking treat folks that backs you. But I couldn't believe the shit the way you were treated. I can understand me getting treated that way because I did shit. I earned it.
Well, I'll tell you this. This is one thing I've noticed with black people. Anger is never, like they say, energy is never created nor destroyed. With anger is black people. It's never forgotten or
destroyed.
Transferred. It's just transferred to another motherfucker.
Well, one thing that I truly hate is when other people are caught up in some shit that is mostly my own thing. That's like when Black Toby you was over here, I came over and subscribed. I was like, I'm going to support that brother because, I even said it live on air. I was like, I felt totally responsible for you catching all that hell. And
he did. I did catch that.
And, I'm going to tell you something else, too. I went on there, Carlette. I'm pretty sure you was on there. You saw
he wasn't trying to hear that.
You saw me in my work clothes, how I was nasty.
Yep.
Motherfuckers were literally saying, look at how dusty this nigga is. And I was thinking to myself,
right.
I'm sitting here, I'm literally making like $900, almost $1,000 for literally
shit, that was
on my phone. Motherfuckers that's in their mama's basement are calling me dusty. I couldn't believe that shit. But I'm going to tell you what I learned about YouTube. It finally opened my eyes. Some of the same folks who was coming on there telling me how great I was and how much they love me and all this immediately start calling me fuck nigga. And I was like, okay, I get it now. I fucking learned my lesson. That's why I put up that video saying I'm finna fucking work on my shit. Only people I'm gonna support from now on are people like me. I'm not supporting nobody who already got 500,000 fucking followers. I'm gonna support people like me and like Andre who need the support. I ain't supporting no big platforms no more.
Right.
I learned my lesson on that shit. I ain't doing it ever again. Cause I literally
drowned you out. It'll drown out your message and what it is you trying to, the point you trying to make.
I took off 2 months from my own show, from my own platform to go over there. That's 2 months I'm not gonna get. I would have been at 1,000 subs by now if I would have just stayed focused on my shit. And it was my own fault because the fact is the shit is addictive. You can't help keep going over there talking. I learned my lesson though.
I didn't like when they didn't elaborate on the issue pertaining to Raphael. That rubbed me the wrong way right there.
Well, the thing that got me is this. I'm telling you, I just
what do you mean?
Bad week, man. I've had literally all this shit destroyed in my house from these storms, and literally they talking about we gonna have the next 2 more days. We having more electrical storms.
Damn, y'all getting them up there too? We got them down here in Tennessee. All my power went off today.
They just skipped over ours.
But the fact is, like, this is the thing. I had TV that's damaged. None of the work in the house. Two of the laptops, the power supply, I believe, are fried.
The motherboard.
Outer got fried and messed up. My freezer's messed up. So it's like, fuck. I mean, this is a week where if I got on YouTube and I started cussing motherfuckers out, you should understand why. You know what I mean?
Did you go out and get some surge protectors?
Yeah, no, what, for the stuff now? Well, I mean, the stuff right now, I hate to say, if the storms come through again, I'm just going to I'm going to hit the main on the house.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I'm just literally, it's just.
For future, just always have surge protectors.
So we do, but yeah, I hate to say, like, just give an example. The routers and stuff were plugged into there. Or, for, like I said, my son, he pissed because he can't play his Xbox because that got messed up. But it's like.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I had to reset my PlayStation and my Xbox because they went off, and my PS4 still ain't came back on yet.
Mine is gone. That's what I said, gone, where you ain't playing shit.
Yeah.
But y'all heard what I said about Mad Black earlier. You know, I mean, I ain't never riffed with him back because one thing, the brother, I done seen him where he done went off on other dudes. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just he going off on me as a female. So if I see that, I got respect for a man's argument.
Well,
if I see where a man only, you know, run his mouth to females but don't, you know, crack slick to a nigga, then I'm like, you know, I don't respect men to do that. But I'm saying, Black, I've seen you, you know, state your case and say how you feel regardless of male or female.
Yeah.
I respect that.
My biggest argument, and it's still my number one argument, I just really am tired of hearing people go in on black women but still keep dealing with them. I'm sorry, it's dumber than fuck. I understand every argument from every angle. I really do. But if you're gonna still keep fucking them and dating them and taking them out to dinner, then why are you bitching? You're co-signing for that bullshit. It don't make sense, and that's part. I mean, I got a lot of people sent me messages talking about, you know, I don't know shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Blah blah blah. And the reason why this was said to me is simple. Because the pack leader of going in on females, on black females, is still going in on females, if you know what I mean. Right. And you can't keep on pushing a message how much you hate them, but still keep, you know, taking them home with you and buying them dinner and spending money on them. I'm sorry, it's hypocrisy, and I'm never gonna stop saying it is. I don't expect people to change just because I asked them to or told them to. I just expect them to look in the mirror and really ask themselves, am I being true to my message? The number one reason why people like listening to me, I had a dude tell me today, I don't like you, I think you an asshole, but you consistent and you're honest.
When I see you show up in the room, first thing I say, oh Lord. I mean, that's the first thing I think, oh Lord. But not in a bad way, you know.
But I don't mind somebody disliking me as long as they say what this guy said. I told him, I was like, dude, I appreciate that. You know, you dislike me personally, even though you don't know me personally, but you respect my message. That's awesome to me. I mean, it's hard to be able to do that. So I gave him respect, because sometimes when you don't like somebody, even if their message is good, you don't hear the message because you can't get past the fact that you dislike a person. And my message seems to be getting to people even when they dislike me. And that's all I can ask for. Like I said, I'm sorry, Leslie, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, that's what we were talking about earlier as far as being consistent with your message. You know, you want people to take you seriously, and if you're constantly preaching one thing and your actions are totally doing the opposite, you know, you're not gonna gain as much respect, and people aren't gonna take your messages seriously. So you're gonna lose traction with what you're trying to, you know, put out there for people.
What would I look like if I sat here for 30 minutes telling y'all how much I hate Xbox, and then y'all see me sitting here playing one?
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
That would make no damn sense. And like, I'll be honest with you, and I think a few people might have told me, and I just didn't listen. But I'm gonna tell you, I had no idea whatsoever how fucking critical this YouTube shit could be when you mess with people who are on the higher tier of it. Right. And when you mess with people on the higher end of this shit, if you don't have your own base established, you will disappear on here. The only reason I'm still on here is because I have my own base of people that I established myself. I didn't get to 1,000 subs for no reason.
Right.
And that's, I mean, there's like people, I saw a little thing on here. This guy had like 8 million subs. And this dude who just started fucking with him. Next thing you know, that dude was gone. Because you ain't got nobody on your shit and you fucking with a dude with 8 million subs. You gonna be gone.
He like got flagged or something?
Yeah, because this guy had so many fans, they just trolled the fuck out of this dude's page until he finally just got off YouTube. He deleted his page. Because he had more people coming at him than people who was actually subbed to his shit. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I deleted just today. I deleted 50 or so messages that said you went on, you know the show, you went on there and you bowed down and you sucked dick and all because I went on there and did what most grown men do and squash beef. But I literally been deleting messages since I woke up this morning about how gay I am. I'm a bitch. My fat white wife is a whore and a nigger lover, and I've been what? Oh, and like, what's her face? That Donna broad that we had that big mess up with. She sent me a message today talking about my kids, talking about my wife. I had to delete her and block her from my page. I mean, it was bad today. I wish I could send y'all some of the messages. I had people threatening to rape my kids. I am not fucking with you. It's some of the worst shit I ever seen, and this is what kills me. That other person goes off when people make stuff about
right.
But then his same people come to other people's shit talking about raping and fucking other people's kids. It's so nasty, man. I didn't know this though about YouTube until today. It's bad.
Hey man.
Yeah.
What's happening, man?
Oh, what's going on, KP? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Hey, I just want to tell you, man, you did a very good job taking the high road.
Oh, I listened to a lot of y'all because after me and you talked, and me, you, and Leslie, and Andre and all that, when I went to work, I literally had calmed down and shit, and I could have used my job as my excuse because I'll be honest with you, I was covered in grease. I didn't even want to touch my telephone. I was so nasty.
I want to say this as well, though. You were very smart not to jump into a bear trap.
Oh, I know. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said on one of my videos, and I hate to repeat this, but it's starting to become the truth. I was told in advance.
Say what you got to say, but when I come back, I want to say something. I just want to say too. Also, I got to help my grandmother 1 minute. I want to say, dog, because out of all the motherfuckers, when the shit went down, you did go out there and say that Andre had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that's because you didn't. It was like when he got mad about the fact that I was criticizing you dig, he took it out on you, and I openly said it wasn't Andre, it was me who criticized it. You know, I mean, I'm a man. I'm not gonna let somebody else take the fall for something I said.
No, but you were criticizing the fact that what happened with Jay and them in there. But
yeah,
you was criticizing the show for that, and because technically we don't do shit like that and make videos after the fact. And that,
yeah, I mean, dude, other moderators on the show that day were like, dude, you are being petty as hell.
Right.
And it was a fucked up situation, but I was told almost a year ago, honestly, I got an email sent to me saying, dude, be careful. They was like, I fuck with dude, I listen to his shit, I like him, but be careful. Because if he feels a little bit threatened by you, he gonna throw your ass under the bus.
Mad, you wanna hear something funny? He got mad because he was saying that when you made the comment, I should have stopped you right then and said, wait a minute, you didn't need to put my name in it. But literally, this is 2 times on air that 2 people came online, like he got into it with Victor Moon one time on the show and was cussing him out. Where 2 people said, they said, Andre, watch out online that Tommy's going to get mad at you one day and throw you up under the bus because he does that with everybody he works with. And that's who said it that day on your show. Said it. Now, I say throat what other people say, and I'm supposed to jump down their throat every time they say something. To me, that just creates an argument where we're supposed to debate about topics.
Yep.
Where sometimes you let a person get a pop shot off and you don't be so sensitive because you know later on you're gonna address it later on.
Yeah. My whole argument was this.
And it's not the fact that, okay, well, fine. You mad because I didn't put a person in check when they said something negative. Okay, fine. But here's the question. Look what you did to me. I mean, so that calls for that.
Yep.
I'm the one that said it. And
well, like I said, when you remember when I asked him, I said, what's the point of making an apology if you're going to sit here and say that the apology don't matter? Like, that's the #1 reason why I got to 1,000 subscribers. I had like 20, 30-something people join my page and say, I can't believe that after you made a whole video apologizing, that this guy's still going in on you about it. And I was like, well, black people always get accused of not being able to say they're sorry or not being able to apologize. And I was asked a simple question by one of my commenters. They said, how is it that this person has 7 minutes to come on your show and yell at you, but they don't have 7 minutes to watch a 7-minute apology video? And right then and there, I was like, you know, that makes perfect sense. It's like, and even when I came back on later in that day, when I was at work, I still had the same question in my head. You still hadn't seen this video all day long that I sent right to you? It doesn't make any sense. The only thing that makes sense is you didn't want to see it. You wanted to keep the shit going. Because if I send any one of y'all right now a video right to your YouTube page saying, hey, I'm sorry for putting your name in my mouth, you can't tell me you're going to go 24 fucking hours without seeing that video. It's bullshit. You know, but like I said, I don't even say his name no more. Like, Black just texted me and said he was on the air. I don't even fucking know he was on the air because I don't keep track of it. I made a promise to my fans. I'm not going to fuck with that shit no more. I'm going to do me. I only came here because you a cool-ass dude, and I felt like you was done straight wrong. And I support you just based on that alone. You was done dirty. And you seen them messages yourself when we was on there talking, what he was putting in the chat when he was talking to me, you, and everybody on the panel. I made the point then. I can't support somebody who talked to me like that, you know, and then leave. And I told him that on the show. I was like, don't expect to see me back. And it's not out of any disrespect or nothing. It's just, you can't tell me, fuck all of y'all, I'm done with all you niggas, and then expect me to turn around and be in your chat room later. That ain't happening here. I got way more integrity than that. Well, and I'm glad to see you doing your own shit, believe me, because that whole situation was fucked up.
It looks worse for me, though, because, you know, I ain't been nothing but cool with you, and you sit here and complain about how I was running the show, like right there on your little rant, but I have been texting you and calling you for weeks to ask you which way you wanted to go with this. You never gave me no feedback.
Well, it's like I said, that email that I got over a year ago telling me to watch myself, everything that happened in the exact order that the email said it would. I mean the exact order. He told me, he said he gonna let you come on his show, shout out your shit, get your name out there. He gonna fucking let you come on his shit. And then when you get too big, he gonna knock you back down. And it happened in that exact fucking order a year later. And I knew right then that this shit has happened repeatedly on here.
I put all this time. No, but listen, man, I put all this time on this. You sit here and I hear that you paying years and them to do the stuff. I put all this time in for you. If that don't show that I was being loyal, what the fuck else does?
Criticism, like I said all the time, constructive criticism is not trolling. Right, and black folks need to learn the difference.
Right, no offense. When you told me the first time that, hey, your jig is going down, maybe you need to do this, that, and the other, I didn't take it as you was hating on me. I thought you were telling me to get better.
Yeah, because like the one little change that I said you should make, it actually helped for a couple of weeks. It was like, just let folks talk, you know? Because I'm be honest, it's hard to stay on topic. Like the topic I got set for tonight, I know it's going to change. It's hard to make human beings stick to one simple thing for a whole 2-3 hours. So you have to let conversations be organic. You have to just let people talk. And that's really the only real hang up. That and then the constant catering shit. That's what upset me, is like if you're on a certain level on that show, you get catered to as far as what you can and can't say to other people. Like, there are people on there who can say fucked up shit to you. You say something back, because you're on a lower tier than them, they're gonna get the support. You're gonna get trashed. And I learned that shit, like I said, to each his own. We all run our shit a different way, but I learned the hard way that you can't fuck around on somebody else's shit and think you're gonna get anywhere. The video I made today, it's telling everybody, if you have a platform, if you're here to be a creator, then be a creator. If you're here to watch other people's shit, then watch other people's shit. But if you're here to do like me and actually build your shit up, don't spend your days on other people's channel trying to be, because the only thing all of us did is we increased his shit. We didn't do nothing for ourselves. Like, I see a bunch of people now trying to get their own shit going because we wasted all those months on somebody else's platform. We could have been building our own shit up. I think anybody on here has the ability to do exactly what he's doing if they choose to. We don't have to be slaves to one person's page. And that's what I made up in my mind. I might not get the numbers, I might not get the views, but it's mine. And I'm not going to let another person tell me what I can and can't look at.
Well, at that point, Matt Black, you're one of those people who would rather seek quality over quantity.
Exactly. Like I said, I deleted a lot of people today, bro. Like, people who was so cool with me in the chat, like, we love you, Mad Black. When your next video coming out? I literally had one comment where it was a comment where this guy was telling me how much he loved me. On the same video, right under his first chat, a few days later, you a bitch ass nigga, you a this, you a Tommy wannabe. Dude, you just got done saying how much you love my shit. Delete. I've been going through just delete. That, I mean, you have to do that. You know, I gave a shout out to you, Leslie and KP, and Andre, and I was like, y'all were the only people who publicly backed me up, even though y'all knew y'all could get blocked or banned. Y'all still came out and publicly supported me. And I said that on my video. I was like, them some real dudes. Because they don't give a fuck if they can get blocked or banned or not. They still spoke up for me.
I'm going to tell you why, man. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Number one, I don't get paid shit. This is YouTube. I just come here just to hang out and talk.
Yeah.
I don't owe anybody shit. So I'm going to stand up for what's right. That's my belief. That's my morals.
I was happy because I made, you remember when I made the comment on my show when you and Andre came on there, I said it flat out. Even though he don't want to admit it, his fans are fucking scared to support other people. And even if you misinterpret his point about don't support other people, this person specifically, even if you misinterpret that point, I made the counterpoint of, who are you to tell me what to do with my computer and my YouTube and my internet service? I'm not going to let the fear of not watching somebody else's videos deter me from being able to explore YouTube. There's millions of people on here. And I feel like when you do that, you're not creating a platform, you're creating a cult. You're like a cult of followers. You can't look at this nigga, you can't look at that nigga. This nigga made me mad yesterday, so you can't look at his shit neither. And if you do, then I'm going to give you a whooping. I don't believe in that. This is YouTube. Just like I said on the show live, that this is YouTube. This ain't Tommy Tube. This ain't Mad Black Tube. This is YouTube. This is all our shit.
And that's one of the discrepancies. Oh, go ahead, Andre. I'm sorry.
You got a good point there, Black, because, I mean, I hate to say something. It's just like Fox News. You know what I mean? If you watch Fox News all the time, you got a different perspective of the world.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
exactly what it exactly.
I don't believe that anybody on here has the right to tell another person what they can and can't watch. I got more subscribers this week from that point than anything else. I could send you some of the messages. People like, you know what, Mad Black, you right. I bought this computer. I bought this phone. I fucking pay for my internet. He can't tell me who I can and can't watch. That's just a basic adult feeling. It don't even take that much intelligence to see, as a grown-up, you have a right to look at what you want. If he ban or block you from his shit because you want to look at other people, then guess what? You have more people to look at. Instead of just that one person, now you have millions of options. I'm not gonna settle on one option just because I'm afraid to look at other options. I got the fuck up out of Dodge. I don't do cults. I'm not gonna be slitting my wrist and pouring my blood in the cup and all that, praying at the altar. I'm not doing that. And I'm glad it's a lot of other people who finally see the same shit. It's not cool to try to restrict somebody else's freedom. It's not, and I'm never gonna try that shit. I don't give a fuck who come on my shit. As long as you don't talk about my kids and my wife, you can say what you want. I don't care. It's freedom. We all have the right to freedom. No other human being has the right to take it away under any circumstances. And you can't fucking be an American if you believe you had a right to restrict somebody else's speech or what somebody else listens to. You're not a real American if you believe that shit.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm an American before I'm anything else except for human. We all can do this shit. We all can do it. And like I said, I told him on this show, this is motherfucking YouTube. It's not Tummy Tube. And I'm not going to let myself be restricted.
Now, one thing that hit me is this: when it came down to all of this, I've watched Flapper go at it the way they've said shit like that to each other, and do that to them. And I'm like, yeah, now y'all back friends and you donate money to them and all that bullshit. But yeah,
I seen that the other day where. Like I said, here's something that I don't understand, and I still don't. But you can't tell somebody to take your name out their mouth, and then somebody that you cool with put your name in their mouth, and you don't say nothing to them. This whole thing started because that Just Jay fella was the one who brought him up. He the first one who mentioned his name, and I have yet to see a video of him saying Just Jay. Keep my name out your mouth. I ain't seen the video yet, but I've already seen videos telling Mad Black to keep your name out my mouth or keep my name out your mouth. I've already seen that. I'm just saying be consistent. If I don't want y'all talking about me, then I'm going to say all of y'all don't talk about me. I'm not going to say you can talk about me if we cool, but everybody else don't talk about me. That don't make sense. You can't have it both ways. If you on here putting your face and your info on here, then you don't really have the expectation of supreme privacy. Now, as far as personal shit, kids and shit like that, you have that expectation. But what you put on here publicly is allowed to be scrutinized by other people who are on here publicly. And I'm sorry, you can't say everybody hates me, everybody's jealous of me, everybody hate what I got, and then do a video saying, look how much I paid for my car. You can't, that's hypocrisy. If you don't want us to fucking, you don't want anybody to say anything about what you got, stop flashing videos about what you got. This is all you see when I come on. This little shit in this room is all you see. Because that's all I want people to see of my life. I don't want everybody and their mama knowing everything about my life. You can't keep bitching at folks for critiquing your life or your lifestyle when you make hundreds of videos showing off your lifestyle.
I have the tendency to agree with that.
Of course you're going to make somebody who broke hate you if you flashing a bunch of shit they don't have. Yes, it's going to make them envious. That's what envy is. Damn, this nigga got all this shit and he rubbing it in my face too. So of course I'm going to be envious. But that don't mean you have to hate somebody over it. I don't hate anybody on here because none of us personally know each other. Me and Andre not finna go have dinner after this. We're not finna go watch a fucking Cavs game after this. We're going to get off these damn computers and do our own thing. So it's not, we don't need to, you know, even like KP said, this shit is just YouTube. He said that shit the other day on my show, and that's why I took the high road. After hearing him say that, I know I said it before too, and I thought about what he said, and when I came on his show that night, everybody saw live in person. I took the high road. I just took whatever could get me back to my job the quickest, and just to squash the shit. Because he right, it's just fucking YouTube. But that word "you" in the front of it means more than anything else. You means all of us. You, and you means all of us. And that's why it's called YouTube.
I think some people just don't understand to press the little fucking X at the top right-hand corner.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. They like to stay and torment themselves.
Yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate you for, you know, like I said, I understand you was pissed, this, that, and the other. And I give you kudos for being able to come back and even afterwards, after your anger, to admit, hey, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I'm telling you like this: most people don't see anything in that. But it takes a strong man to admit it when he's wrong, and I give you credit.
I totally admit it because the facts are the facts. You know, I was mad at somebody else on his shit, and I made a video that sucked him into it, and that's why I admitted to it. And but the only thing that gave me even a little bit of vindication was when he turned around and allowed that very same person to post that bullshit on his page about me. And then that's when I was like, well, wait a minute. You done spend all day telling everybody you're not in this shit, and then you turn around and jump right in the damn swimming pool with the very nigga that you say you ain't with.
Yeah, that's what I found was weird because I thought Just Jay had posted that on the You Dig, but then when I found out Tommy did, I'm like, that was weird. Like, what was the point of that? That was weird.
The point was, well, from what I've been told, and I don't know if any of y'all heard this or not, but I was specifically told today that the Nut Wards and the LAs and people like that are getting boring, and Tommy needs a new rival. And who better than a guy like me who's up and coming and real exciting? That's what I literally was told that by one of his fans today, that he's looking for somebody new to go after because Nut Ward done got boring.
Well, too, one of the things I'll say, you know, when it all boils down to that, you know, I had mentioned him months ago. He just needs to, you know, y'all need to just squash that because, you know, the brother man is thick out his head. I mean, that's just really what it is.
Dude is crazy.
You don't want to come off as a bully. But the thing that hurt me more than anything is, you see, that incident went down that Tuesday night when the power went out here at my house. I talked to him on the phone for at least about 30, 45 minutes, and he never mentioned about throwing me under the bus or that I'm not running the show no more.
Damn, that's the kind of shit that make it hurt even more when y'all talk and don't nothing come up and then you get blindsided. See, that's why I felt bad about the shit. I was like, you know, that's fucked up because you didn't deserve to be treated like that, and to be publicly treated like that made it even worse. But the thing that got me about the whole thing is the show he decided to put me on or bring me on was the one that was named "I'm Gonna Eat Their Whores and Lame Niggas." You could have had me on one of them one-on-one episodes without the disrespectful name title, but instead you bring me on a show that you're gonna use to eat the food. And that's why I flipped the script and just took the high road. It's hard to ether somebody who's openly saying they sorry and they gonna leave you alone. That makes you look really horrible at that point. And that's why I got a lot of subscribers this week, because a lot of people said, dude, you took the high road, you apologized, and this guy still went after you. I can't accept that. I'm unsubscribing and coming to you. Well, it's just basic common sense. You can't mistreat people. If I do something to UKP and I apologize, and you come back and say, well, fuck you, bitch ass nigga, fuck your apology, you secretly hate my guts, and everybody's seeing this, you know what they're going to say? Well, damn, dude said he was sorry. What else do you want from him?
And that's how I felt. I went back and watched the show when you were at work. I watched the show, and I just like, okay, this is crazy. The man is apologizing from his heart, and that's why I say you avoided a very big bear trap, because I kind of felt like he was trying to snare you into getting into an argument.
Oh, I know, and believe me, listen, I was inside a restaurant they're like $100 a plate to eat there. So, and they got cameras and everything in there. That's why I had to keep moving where I was at, because if they come in the next morning and look on those cameras and see me just standing there on my phone, I could lose that contract. And that contract pays me good money. So I didn't want to lose. That's why y'all kept seeing in the video I kept moving location to try to avoid the cameras in the place. But I put my money and my time and everything on the line to just try to settle some shit and be done with it. And some of the stuff that was said about me and my kids and my wife, it was so bad that I literally just was happy to get the fuck off there. That's bad when grease and dirt, and that was more comforting to me than being on there talking to somebody. I was just like, can I please get back to just getting dirty with my job? I could not believe some of the shit. I learned my lesson, put it that way. I learned my lesson that, you know, even being humble and apologetic don't matter on here. If somebody wants beef with you, they're going to continue that beef no matter how many times you say you're sorry. because after I got off of there, I saw what he said after I got off of there, and he was still trying to ether me after I got off of there. I heard the whole thing. Somebody sent it to me. That's like, dude, this is what he said about you after you got off. And he was still on there with the "this nigga got secret hate for me" thing. After I just got done basically bearing my soul on YouTube, you turn right back around and start ethering me again after I'm not even on the call anymore. Right there at that point, I said, man, this is a no-win situation. I am so out of it. Somebody sent me a message the other day saying, hey, man, everything's cool. Come on, get on your dig. I said, nope. That's all I said. I ain't even give an explanation. I simply said, nope. That was my answer. And every time I get one, I get hangout invites all the time popping up on my phone. Come on to the you dig. Nope. I'm going to show that man respect by staying off his shit. Because I'm not going to have a situation where I fucking come on there and then other innocent people are on there and he decided to come on and barrage me and then disrespect and dog everybody else because they on there talking to me. I don't want that to happen to other people. That's part of the reason why I'm staying off of there. Because I know it's coming. The very second I get on your dig, everybody who on there talking to me gonna pay the price along with me. And that shit is not fair.
And that's, you know what, you're a man of integrity to say that and to stand on that principle. Because most people will say one thing and do something totally different. I appreciate you, man, and, you know, I follow your channel now. You know, I don't have any beefs with you. I really enjoy your work, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I just, like I said, my stream is about to start in 25 minutes. Black keep hitting me up ready to get on there. But like I said, y'all more than welcome to come over and say what y'all want. Y'all know y'all got open whatever. I'm going to post a link. Y'all more than welcome. Like I said, I wanted you guys to come because I feel like we are the fucking community. We are that fucking platform. Because who spent more time on there than us? I mean, literally, some of us have been on there so fucking long. You got people now putting in the comments, we're KP, we're Mad Black, we're Leslie. We are the ones who make that shit good. And they look for that. People want, I mean, we have some of the best conversations on there. We really do. And that's why when I decided, I said, I'm going to open my shit up. Anybody who was a part of that or still a part of it, they more than welcome. I don't care. And that's just the way it's got to be. I'm going to support people on our level from here on out. If you got 200,000-300,000 subscribers and a shitload of money, I'm not supporting you. People like Andre getting his shit started, boom, instant subscribe. Because we are the ones who should support each other. Because the bigger folks, they ain't going to support us. I subscribe to every one of his channels. I only got one channel and never got a subscribe back, even though I subscribe to about 10 different fucking channels of his. Not one subscribe back. That told me right then and there I'm never going to get support from somebody who's that high up the food chain. It's never going to come. And that's why I said, you know what? And that's why I told him to his face, I unsubscribe to all your shit. I'm only subscribing to people like myself and Andre, and I subscribe to Chris Thorne, people like that who trying to come up. Because we are the fucking YouTube community on here. The folks on the high end who done made all they motherfucking millions, they ain't the community on here. We are. And we need to fucking uphold that.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
They wouldn't make a dime if we didn't watch their shit. We are the ones who paying them. And we got more power than we know. Imagine if you had 1 million subscribers and 500,000 of them said, I don't like the way you treated that person. I'm unsubscribing to you. Not only would that hurt your brand, it would hurt your pockets too. See, we have more power on here than we ever exercise. The facts are the facts. I could have 0 subscribers in the morning by saying one stupid thing. Or I could have 2,000 in the morning for saying something that makes sense. It's all up to us on here. I just decided I made the best move for me. I'll deal with my trolls. I'll deal with the people who hate me, whatever. But I've gotten more respect from people like KP, Leslie, people like Andre for just simply being honest and being truthful and going my own route. I've got more respect for that than some of the videos I've ever made.
Well, that's the thing, man. You got respect from people who are about the truth and about doing the right thing, who are about substance.
Yeah, I tell anybody who listens, KP, I like KP is a real dude, man. And I said the same thing about Leslie, Black Boy, Andre, VA. I threw him in there because VA cool as fuck too. I said, man, these some real dudes right here, because y'all the only people I ever heard on that show who didn't care about the overlord. Y'all said what the fuck y'all wanted, and y'all stuck by it. And to me, that's what matters. We could all hate each other's guts, but if we all men of integrity, we can have a conversation. I can't count how many people I talked to on the You Dig that I simply did not like they ass, but we had a conversation because we had integrity about ourselves.
Yeah, it's true.
It's very powerful shit there, man.
You don't have to like a person to get along with them. My mom taught me that a long time ago. And the fact is, the difference between you guys and that statement is I actually like you guys and get along with you. And that's a rarity on here, because black men, we all have a contentious relationship on YouTube. For some reason, black men on here hate the fuck out of each other. I don't understand it for the life of me, why we hate each other so damn much. But when you look at the black women, they got like click videos where it's hundreds of them motherfuckers getting together. It take a damn fucking nuclear bomb for people like us to come together. It take damn Walking Dead kind of shit before we get together as brothers. You know, shit crazy. Motherfucking zombies coming down the street. Hey, shit, dog. You think maybe we can squash this beef because this zombie about to eat my kids? That's how bad we are.
Wow.
I mean, that's how, for black women, all you got to do is go to child support office if you want to see a click. Fuck them bitch ass flea bitten niggas that just walked in that I don't even know.
Save it for the show, man. Save it for the show.
All right. Now, even though you see the show topic, the show is different than the topic. I don't just want to ask why black men keep fucking black women. I want the actual answer to what's the attraction. I want to know what it is.
Well, I'm gonna come over there and say something. Hey, I'm trying. I will admit, I'm trying. Cause I hate to say, I've been single for over a year. I ain't tried to date. I'm gonna start dating again.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it the right way. I'm just gonna simply put the question out there. I want to know what it is, cause it's got to be so powerful that it makes people ignore the abuse that they're getting. Mm-hmm. It's got to be so powerful to ignore that abuse to keep going back. So I hope we can kick it around and figure it out. Frankly, I just want to know. I don't really care if you keep fucking them or not. I just want to know the psyche of it.
Post it, yeah.
Huh? Oh, I'm finna get ready to go on here now and start fucking with it. I'll when y'all come over there, I'm gonna go hang out now and start setting shit up, cause it's my little countdown. What you say?
Go ahead and start at 11 because we're getting close to our 3-hour mark anyway.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go on over there, but shit, I hope to see y'all over there in a few, man. I'm gonna text Black to make sure he ain't fell asleep.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, because I think he said he was tired or some shit, but I'll see y'all in a few.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right, man, Black. We'll see you.
What are our final thoughts on the situation on how to do with combativeness?
Combativeness, shit.
I mean, not combativeness. Sorry.
Motherfuckers who ain't gonna. No, listen. When you got dumbass motherfuckers who ain't gonna let shit go, I hate to say it.
Cut them off.
Right.
I mean, you need to cut it.
Yeah, I mean.
And I hate to say, after all of this, I understand that you're allowed to get mad, and I can understand your feelings being hurt and all like that. I can understand both people's point of view. But one of the things I can say, at least Matt had said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and try to work past this and let it go. Where, on the other hand, he didn't want to work past it and let it go. So, I mean, who's the childish one? When it all boils down, who's childish?
True. So that's when we should concede in an argument, when it becomes just a circular motion. Just let it go.
Right, when you see that one person too childish.
Exactly. Because, no, you're not going to get anywhere. It's like talking to a brick wall.
Pretty much.
What do you think, Chris? Or did Chris fall asleep over there?
What's your new title, KB?
So what?
I said that's your new title. What? I didn't see it. What? It came up on the screen real quick and went away.
Just a Guy Fawkes mask.
Oh, the mask. Oh, okay.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, that's what is it got? Anonymous mask. That's what I call them.
Yes, they made it popular after V for Vendetta.
Mhm. That's when I first saw it.
What, Anonymous or Vendetta?
The anonymous mask thing.
I've been seeing that everywhere lately.
Well,
it's about to be Halloween, so.
I'm a supporter of Anonymous. So, I actually subscribe to their channel, though. I'm into that. Once you see guys on meetings.
It's okay, we all gotta get nutrients.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to give me some extreme amount of nutrients later.
Shit, I thought he was sleeping over there.
Don't be eating that. Don't be eating that food, Danny.
Hell no. Ain't nothing to eat. Fuck that. No.
Hurts.
I'm trying to go get me some food. I might roll a Whataburger or something.
You said that's third, ain't it?
What, Whataburger?
No.
I'm talking about real food, not that. No. You can't just. I'm from Louisiana. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. You can't just do that to any girl down here. You can't even just you can't fuck any girl either. You can't do that.
Oh, you're from Baton Rouge, and you should know about alligator gar.
What's that?
That.
It's a type of fish in the South.
It's a type of what?
Fish.
Oh.
All right. To explain to you the type of people that we are in the South, you talking about people in the bayou. I don't live in the bayou. That's like Homer. That's like past New Orleans. I live in Baton Rouge. You don't. Nah. People in the bayou know about that. I don't. That's like way past the country.
Well, you should know about buffalo fish.
Buffalo fish. Again, that's the bayou though.
Oh man.
That's the bayou. It's like anybody will tell you from around here. You can't say if you from the country. That means you from the sticks. That's like in Zachary and Walker. Prairieville. If you talking about the bayou, where the swamps.
What parish are you in?
East Baton Rouge Parish.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like in the inner city. I don't go out in them areas like that unless I have a reason to go out them areas.
Matter of fact, is Louisiana the only state that still have parishes?
Yep. We the only state.
Yeah.
Fucking French.
Hey, I mean, like, man, fuck y'all counties. We gonna stay in the parish, baby. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it is. I mean, it's unique down here, but it's growing. I think
you guys have what? 2 schools in the SWAC. You got Grambling,
and we got Southern is where I'm like from. That's
is Xavier down there?
Xavier is in New Orleans.
Okay.
Xavier is in New Orleans. Grambling is like going toward Alexandria. That's going up north. Southern is where the area I'm from, which is North Baton Rouge. That's in Scotlandville. That's where I'm from. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Southern, and I had family that been to Southern and worked at Southern for years, and it's like I know the ins and outs of that place, and I'm like, to be honest with you, when it comes to when I see LSU constantly blooming, and when I see Southern, I don't see nobody putting money in that in Southern University to make it grow like it's supposed to grow. So
what ended up happening to the SWAC was you had great players in the 60s and 70s. And the major white state colleges started recruiting all those guys. And they all went to LSU. Wow. And they just totally destroyed black colleges.
I mean, as far as the college itself, as far as expanding, I mean,
there's no funding.
You also have people actually like taking the funding too and spending it on themselves.
Because if you notice, most of the colleges down there in the SWAC used to be A&Ms, agriculture and machinery.
Yeah.
Now they don't teach anything of agriculture and machinery.
Yeah, and even in an industrial state, that's kind of odd. Yeah. Oh, which I tell people in the black community, you know how much money there is in agriculture and machinery?
I know, right?
It is $1 billion business.
Yeah, that's why people down here, it's like when you graduate from high school, most people go in the workforce and actually work in the plants and whatnot around here. They work in anywhere dealing with agriculture, they dealing with anything dealing with plants or just pretty much hard labor.
You learn to be a farmer, and you learn how to fix farm equipment, and you are set for life. I live in a farming community here in Michigan.
Okay.
A very, very big farming community. There's very few people who can fix the machinery.
Yeah, that is true. There's not too many people that can do that.
You've been hand over fist, man. If I was gonna go back and do something, I'd probably change fucking careers and do it myself.
The thing is down here though, it's so limited. I mean, I don't know if everybody knows about our state, how much debt we're in, but we're in a shitload of debt. And when it comes to this state, we're like number 49 as far as like best states to move to raise a family and just even thrive off of. We're like number 49 or number 50. It's real bad around here. Like growing up here, I didn't realize how bad it was until like I said before, until high school. And I was like, damn, I didn't realize it was that fucked up. Where it's no jobs, like talking about, no nothing. People doing everything around here to survive in certain cases. I mean, it's a little bit better, but it's still not as the best it's supposed to be. Most people try to do anything to make to survive by any means, and I'm like, man, you can't run around here doing all the crazy shit y'all do. Like, it's so bad where I've known this dude for years, and of course he's older, way older than me, and he's a crackhead. I see the same dudes who actually like served this dude, and it's like he lived right up the street from my mom's house. The same dude served this dude, and he actually buy the drugs, he smoke half of them and then sell them, which technically he's a functional crackhead. So yeah, it's real bad around here. Like on the north side of Baton Rouge, if I actually take people on a tour of the north side of Baton Rouge, they'd be like, man, this shit is like bad. Like certain cities like Cleveland, like Detroit, parts of LA, we can give those cities a run for their money. It looks like the roaring 60s back here.
It's terrible, man.
That's absolutely terrible.
Yep. Yeah. Like, let's see, because I'm pretty sure y'all seen a lot of like the footage of like the areas where they showed over in about the Alton Sterling situation. I'm pretty sure y'all seen how the houses look. Yeah, those are houses that we grew up in, like shotgun houses. Some of them run down. Yeah, the neighborhood is still filled up with them. It's like the entire city is one big ass hood. I'm gonna be real. There's no loop around this shit. You drive straight through the hood when you get on the interstate.
Oh wow.
Yep. You going, and then on top of it, it's like separated in different parts of the neighborhoods. Like in the biggest ones on the south side of Baton Rouge, but it's so scattered on the south side of Baton Rouge that it's majority taken up by other businesses. So you still have areas where you feel like it's a safe zone. Whereas if you come on the north side, you don't know what neighborhood you in almost. I mean, unless you from here, you could actually be in the wrong neighborhood. Like Brookstown and Banks right next door to each other. And it's quiet now because some of them dudes got indicted and some of them dead. Then next to Brookstown, you got Glen Oaks going up north where I'm from, and also next to Glen Oaks is Zion City. They don't like each other, but they from the same damn area.
And they'll tell you, it's like if you ever meet somebody from Baton Rouge and they from Glen Oaks, and you be like, oh, you from Zion City, they'll get pissed off about that. So you have also in my neighborhood, it's separated too to a certain extent. You have where, because that's why in one part we call it third world, because you have Scotland as a whole, you have the field, which is the northern side of the west side. Then you got Scotland Square, which is going on the east side, the back to the north side, which is the projects. Then you got Banks, which is like a subdivision. So it's like three parts that like connect my neighborhood, and then on top of that, you by Banks you got Southern University. So it's like three areas we all get along, but it's still fucked up. We got a college, a HBCU that's famous as all hell, and the neighborhood looks run down. They have like buildings that I used to actually like go to as far as like get it sporting goods equipment that's still there and nobody's like working there. They got like an old ass theater that used to be there that was like from the 70s. That's still in the neighborhood. They try to paint over it as far as like creating some new form of art, and it looks real ratchet.
Oh goodness gracious!
It really do. So I'm looking like, hell, we came up with the word ratchet. That's now y'all know the definition of ratchet. Our city is the definition of ratchet.
Wow, that's terrible. That's absolutely unfunctionable, if that's a word.
Yeah. I made sure I was like, you know what? I'm trying to at least do something different in this damn city. It's suffering with. We have a culture, but it's to the point where a lot of the shit isn't acknowledged. Like I said before earlier, we don't even have a real hip hop scene. We don't even have a real music scene.
What do you mean by that? I wasn't here when you talked about that.
Well, a music scene that we have, we don't. Okay, the music we listen to is like, well, I can't say we, because I don't collectively listen to all that shit. But the music that's created down here is called bow music. And what I mean by that is like you listen to the music, you go in the club, and you fight.
Oh.
You fight the music. It's like when you hear like the type of sound that Boosie has, pretty much started that. If you hear we have a certain bound. It's like New Orleans and Baton Rouge is like New York and New Jersey. It's night and day. It's two different cultures because it's like they can't come down here and go in the clubs and try to vibe out how they vibe out in the clubs over in New Orleans. It's a total different vibe. Well, we don't have the certain demeanor they have either. Our demeanor is more laid back. They're more we can get like that, but we rather not get like that because if we do, we know shit's about to go down, so it's time to leave.
Oh.
But yeah, it's that bad. I didn't realize I had a bad demeanor until I left the country. When I left the country and I was surrounded by a quiet area, and it was real quiet, because around here, if it's quiet, shit about to go down. So you might want to stay your ass in the house.
Oh my.
When I left the country in 2012, I was paranoid for at least like 3 days. I was that paranoid. I was like, man, somebody about to do something. I don't know what the fuck. It's that bad down here to the point where, because we don't have gangs either. We don't have gangs. So it's not like you can see a person who have a flag or a color and you be like, oh, I know this area. I know I need that. No, you could go in the wrong area just to go see your cousin or and that's the thing about it, we got a lot of family around here. So you don't know. You might be walking in the going in the neighborhood and be like, man, I'm about to go see my cousin. Next thing you know, shots happen. You're like, what the fuck? It's just like that. Anybody can get it in any moment, anytime.
Okay.
I know you heard that term, get it how you live.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it is around here. It's every man for himself.
Can't concede to that argument.
Yeah,
guys, I'm going to drop off for a while.
I'll say, because I'm about to end the show anyway.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Guys, for coming out to the show. Please like, share, subscribe. Hit the donate button down there. Donate to the show. Let us know how you're feeling. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Anybody else want to say anything before we're out?
Man, it was fun.
Yeah, I
Go
thought it
ahead.
was really. I just think that too. The last thoughts on conceding in a fight. Ooh, the Jiffy Pop bag.
Ow, what is that?
Just the
Nah,
when you.
Raphael, you come in at the last minute when we're closing down.
Yep, always. But the best. I don't know. I guess the best time to concede in an argument is, like we all say, when you're going round and round in circles, when you're not getting through to the person. It's just best to take a step back. Take some time to yourself and really have a look. See if this is the type of relationship, be it girlfriend, boyfriend, or even friendship, that you really want to be around or be in or surround
Right,
yourself with.
right.
I also want to add on to the point of it's all about compatibility as well too. I mean, I understand in relationships and in any partnership whatsoever, there's gonna be arguments, but it shouldn't be out of hand arguments either. You shouldn't be arguing every damn day either. So
Yeah.
that's a big part of it. You have to have that compatibility with that person.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody's gonna test the waters with you as far as like to see if they can push those buttons and see where I need to stop. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you get to know each other, and that's how you gain that rapport with that person.
Yeah.
But if it's to the point where it's overboard and it's outlandish, no, that doesn't need to happen. If it continues to happen on a daily basis, where you can't have peace of mind, and that's one thing I was told by my father. He always said, "I can get another woman, but I be damned if I can't get peace of mind. I can never get. It's like if my mind's gone, I can never get that back. So that
Right.
always stays with me as well too. And I've learned that, and I carry that with me in every situation in life, whether it's any type of business relationship, whether it's a personal relationship, if or work, it doesn't matter. If I can't get peace of mind, if you actually disturb my peace, then it's peace on you. So
I have to agree with that, because you
All
can't go
right.
into a place where you can't be comfortable.
right.
Right. Anyone else have anything to say before I shut it down?
Yeah, I'll just add real quick that whenever there's a disagreement in a relationship, both parties have a responsibility. Two responsibilities mainly. One is to be completely honest when saying your grievances, and the other responsibility both parties have is to uh, be open-minded and be honest, and not be emotional, to intercept those grievances from the other party in order for a productive resolution um, to be had to resolve the problem at hand.
That is true.
That is
I can't
true.
argue about that.
Yeah, because you're both in the relationship. It takes two to tango. You're not in a relationship by yourself, so it is on both parties' best interest to, at least, not to go to sleep mad, if you will,
Right.
Exactly.
because that causes more drama in the morning, and it's the leftovers from it's bad leftovers from the night before, and you don't want that. I don't. At least I don't.
Bottom line is, if you want to be mad in my bed, you better take your ass to the house and we can't settle this situation. That you ain't sleeping with me mad. You gotta use that anger on something else.
I
All
agree.
right, guys. Guys, I want to thank you guys for coming out to the show. Like, share, subscribe. Click the donate link down there. Donate to the show if you're feeling like you like it. We'll catch you on the flip side, and we'll holler at you on the next show.
Bye.